wait, I have a blanket I can actually put on. Never mind, you can start. I'll shut up.
Okay. Well, we are live. Welcome.
Oh, hello!
Oh, man. Let's do the general testing, make sure that all of our stuff is heard.
Penis!
Well, okay.
Penis! Penis test, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I hear Starry on the stream. I just need to make sure I hear me.
Sadness.
Well, we are
Penis
live.
test,
Yes,
1, 2, 3.
yes, great. I'm on there. Perfect. That's all I cared about.
I get the notification that we're live.
I think. Oh, what the fuck? There we go, yeah. Yes, great. I'm on there.
I get the notification.
Sweet, cool. Alright, you probably heard it twice there. That was just me double checking, making sure. So yes, we are live. Great. That's what I like to see. Okay, cool. So we're not going to have Tila or Tobias here. The twins are gone. They said last minute that they weren't going to be here, so that's a thing. It's unfortunate, but whatever. Make sure my shit's actually set up. Still doing pregame stuff. Trader, I haven't asked you yet. How are you?
I don't know. I'm here.
No, I'm sorry, bud. Everything okay?
Yeah, just like tired and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, if you need to talk after the stream, just let me know, okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Great. Okay. So first things first, I fixed all the audio for the stream. Should be coming in fine now. Additionally, I fixed the background music for one of the scenes I had set up because it was terrible and I didn't realize it was terrible because I didn't listen to it all the way through before I added it. So now it shouldn't distract me. Shouldn't. We'll see.
Keyword.
Aside from that, I think I'm just pretty much ready. Oh, right. Music. The music you hear is probably from Slipstream. Specific tracks are listed below in the description, and you'll be able to find each of them and many more. I post their stuff there, and it's allowed me to use it all for free, which is great. Great music as you're listening to it right now. The other music that we'd use or other ambient noises that you'd hear throughout the stream are going to be coming from Tabletop Audio, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm one of their patrons, and it's because I'm a patron that I'm allowed to use their stuff on my stream, which is fantastic music. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Alchemy had some updates as well, but all their stuff you can be able to find on their YouTube channel. A lot of really nice quality of life stuff. Should be good. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that I'm able to, yeah, I do just have the ability to wild magic search table now, which is just, boop, nice. Anyway, I guess we'll go ahead and get started, since you guys are still here in the now pretty much completed fortress of Kylen-Jaal, fortress of Kylen-Jaal, the fortress of Blue and Black, makes more sense. As you guys are kind of looking about and seeing everybody's like tents turned to houses and everything, you do have a general understanding of where to go. As from last session, you had the understanding that while the war had been escalating, certain fronts were fortified and are currently being pushed forward. At this current time, Briar should be under siege, and is, or at least Blackstone within Briar should be under siege. And the elimination of the Empire should fortify the northern front, at least for the time being. However, there's still a pretty key aspect of the northern front that needs to be fortified, which would be either Ergmont and the barbarian tribes out there, or the Goliath tribe that's in the mountains neighboring both Briar and Blood Peak Mountain Pass. Alternatively, there's the southern front, which is currently being assaulted by the Eastern Empire, from which you've learned that while the orcs themselves are currently being attacked and assaulted, the river within the Pressmore, or once the Pressmore Freelands, has in fact been a really stable front line of defense for the Western Alliance. But there is, of course, the issue of fortifying the border just so they can't go around the river. And to do that, you'd have to either go and fortify the orcs themselves, which are not aligned with you in any way, or you could try to convince Aryawood and the secret individuals that live within it to essentially join your war efforts as well. A couple options you can take here, but with the war raging on and with chaos continuing to reign itself across the land and the desert wastes in the center of Kylen-Jaal being pretty much untamed land, it's up to you guys ultimately what you want to do. Which I guess is where I'll ask you. What's the plan, guys? What do you want to do?
Okay, in my opinion, I think we should take a day at most for like downtime, and then we get into like smaller groups to go to Aryawood or the other places, you know.
Yeah.
I think that could be useful. It's helpful that they're both nearby. It would not theoretically be that difficult to go to the Orchestra land, scope things out, and then, yeah. I think...
What-
Sorry, what were you gonna say, sir?
I was gonna say, like, what are, like, the Goliath tribe lands are currently owned by, like, is it the Westerners? Like, I don't, like, it's not the Empire, it's just,
So, Illikin, you would be able to answer this, and you can absolutely tell him that the Goliath tribe lands are sovereign compared to anyone else. Much like
Sovereign means-
Aryawood is as its own thing, Ergmont is its own thing. It's not owned by anyone and is controlled by the Goliaths that live up there. Oh, Goliaths. There are a lot of mountainous races up there, but predominantly Goliath, and that's of course, you know that because that's where you're from.
Yes.
okay.
My family tries not to associate with monarchs and people who like to take power and keep it for themselves without ever having that power contested
Well, I
because
think,
they are weak.
yeah, I think the Goliaths will take our side, knowing that the Eastern Empire is trying to take over vast areas. I mean, they are going to become an enemy to the Goliaths, so
If they aren't already.
they aren't already.
If they aren't already. But,
We might
think
as well get that ball rolling early anyhow.
Well,
Yeah,
that would just make it
I
even
think-
easier.
I think that the Orchestra land should be our first attempt, and then fall back towards Aryawood. I can understand why somebody would want to try to remain neutral, or at least Aryawood, not knowing the way in. They're a little bit safer.
Staying neutral, just get yourself taken over by the Empire.
Although I am unsure if I will be welcome back. I
Into
did leave
Aryawood?
pretty abruptly. Although only my
It'll be
parents.
fine.
We
What's
can
the
also-
worst that could happen?
They want to kill me.
We could split
Wouldn't be
into
the
two
first time.
groups where you wouldn't go
Yeah.
to the Goliath tribe lands.
Pardon?
It would be the first time my parents would want to kill me, actually.
Well, it wouldn't be the
I have
first
a
time
healthy
someone else
relationship
tried
with
to
my
kill you,
parents.
though.
We could split into two groups where you could, Illican, go somewhere else, but the Goliath tribe lands. Me and some other people could go there, and you could go down to Aryawood.
I mean, all
I
I'd really have to do is just go near the tribe.
I think that it's worth bringing Elican to the Orchestra lands. I know that it's not optimal, but I think in a time of
I mean-
war,
Racism aside, we might as well bring the Goliath to the Goliath tribe.
One rule I have, no nobles. Leave nobility behind. Your noble titles mean nothing to them.
Ah, joke's on you. I don't care about my noble title.
Good.
not like I had a noble title to begin with.
But to all of the
Well-
my fellow noble players, just don't.
The one you have
So-
left is
Meanwhile-
Scavlan, who was excommunicated from her family.
Mm-hmm. So, Wilkin, you don't think you'll be very well accepted there?
Well, I mean, it has been what, 2 years,
That's not that long.
maybe more.
I mean,
Elkin,
hear
I'll-
me out on this one.
I vote I give give it up for Elkin. You can choose yourself. Do you want to come, or would you like to split and go somewhere else?
I mean, I would love to see my family again, and we are one of the remaining tribes left, as lore pertains.
Yeah. I think that
Very
In the
interesting.
words of a blue tiefling I found that was here on vacation, fuck it, we ball.
I like
agree
that
on it.
tiefling.
So in the okay, the understanding then is we're going to the Goliath tribe lands. We're going all together.
Yeah, I guess we can. Yeah.
Full party. Okay. I know there was talks about you guys splitting the party, so just making sure before I assumed.
Well, how about
100%.
this? We can all go to the fucking tribe lands, but like, I feel like if we're going to get Aryawood on our side, I think we need less people because they would really like that.
We'll just have a majority or half the party wait outside the
yeah.
Well,
Also,
think
there's
that-
traps everywhere in Aryawood.
there's also another aspect of that front as well. If you guys wanted to split the party afterwards, some of you are in good standing with Ergmont, while some of you are in good standing with Aryawood. You could split the party accordingly there.
Right.
That's fair.
And I
Awesome.
say that because if you're going to split the party, that's probably the information that Caroline would provide.
That we shouldn't.
Not whether or not you shouldn't, because I don't really know her stance on that. You guys have constantly split the party in many different aspects, so it's not surprising that you would. What I'm saying is, as per like Caroline's understanding, some of you have a good standpoint with Ergmont, and some of you have good relationships. Sorry, and some of you have a good relationship with Aryawood. And so, if you wanted to split the party then and then divide amongst you guys who goes where, that would be a way to do it as well.
Yeah.
I'm pretty neutral with both,
same.
right?
You're,
Why are you looking at me
you're
like-
the party that's been to and visited and hung out with the people in Ergmont. You've literally been there in the barbarian tribes. You, Spot, Caroline.
Ah. Okay.
Ah, yes, I remember those times.
Like 3 years ago.
It
Oh,
was,
my friend.
it was about 3 years ago.
All right, cue the flashback.
For the flashback, you do remember being amongst the barbarians and a specific one who kind of ruled over the majority of the tribes that are within Ergmont, by the name of Church. A human, very massive barbarian, kind of
That rings
white
a
and
bell.
black hair. Right. You also made friends with one of the sorceresses that kind of associated herself with Church by the name of Chantel. And that was
Love that.
somebody who became a good friend of Caroline's.
All right, flashback over to the people who try to kill us. Away. I know that's not very
Uh,
specific.
Right. So you guys are going to the Goliath lands.
Ooh.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
The dog's being. Oh, just 1 second.
Going to my home. We're going to my home.
And Goran, I'm preparing
Hi
Wyld.
ho, hi ho.
Thank you.
To Murder Town we go.
Do you really prefer if I like have it at all times?
I would,
Of what?
because hear me out on this one. I can cast it in a pinch, but I only have one 6th level spell slot.
Sorry, I had to get the food from outside, and then there's the dog. Okay, I'm back. back on track. So, what was your mode
Oh,
of
you good
transportation?
dog.
I was just talking to Goran about how I can use Windwalk now.
Gotcha. You haven't. Well, you have had a number of long rests, so you can absolutely change your spells. Those of you who have the ability to do so. But you also wanted to take some downtime, yes?
Yes.
Right.
Well, I
Also,
would.
also, actually, before we go
Was
anywhere
there also?
farther with this, Arya, you left everybody else in the middle of everything last session. What is Arya doing?
Oh yeah.
Hold on, does Starry know that like some of the people are back alive?
Why not? Riley, what is this? What have you not
Right.
mentioned?
So you guys, that was the other thing. So, something I'll mention to you guys as well. You did bring back Spot. Spot is alive. Spot is not really functioning properly, and Peterson is doing maintenance. So that's where you have Aaron in your team instead. He will be back though. Additionally, you guys did through magic also bring back Child. However, I have to kind of go back and slightly retcon this. I won't retcon the whole thing because the roll was as good as it was. But you did already make the attempt with Revivify, which means that it is no longer possible with Revivify. Like, at all. Ever again. There are other higher level spells that some of you could have had prepared at the time to make that a possibility.
Greater restoration.
No, like Raise Dead.
Yeah, I don't have that.
It's a cleric spell, you can get access to it. Or Resurrection, I think is the...
True resurrection.
No.
No, I'm saying I don't have a spell available.
It would have been Raise Dead or Reincarnate.
Why are there so many different ones?
Because they all do different things.
Yep.
I know, but there's too
Screw
many.
it, cast them all at the same time.
You become some weird malformed blob.
So no, so for the spell in this case, I would say would probably be Raise Dead. The components are more expensive, but because you have Nephilius, you do have those components on hand. However, you now have less components there for the future. In addition to that, she still had to be taken in to essentially get additional care because Raise Dead just brings her soul back and doesn't restore the body at all.
But the body was fine because the body is.
It was well. My point with Raise Dead specifically is that the only reason that it actually still worked was because there are other penalties that are applied with this, and you guys use Grim Repose to keep her body intact.
Who?
Child.
Ah.
So yes, Child is back. That part's not being retconned. Just the method of how it got taken care of is, and that's fixed. Now that all of that is understood,
Yo.
Arya left and didn't see any of that, just in case. But instead made her way into where?
I'm guessing just the closest like tent that I can see that doesn't have anyone else in it.
Right. You go in and after like kind of walking around and moving yourself away from the rest of the party, you do manage to find what looks like a one of the like resting tents. This isn't one of the ones that you've potentially stayed inside of, but you can make yourself at home in here as there's currently nobody else inside.
Don't we have rooms in the inside of the keep?
You will if it's finished. You don't know how far it's finished, but you will if it's finished. There's more to this. We'll get back to that, but this is what Arya's doing.
Okay, so Arya just takes like quite a few deep breaths, trying to get herself together.
Okay.
And gets out the sapphire necklace that's really pretty, and like fiddles with it in her hands, thinking.
Okay.
If after a while I don't see anyone, I'm gonna
I'm gonna look for Arya. I wanted to after she left. I just needed to be there because of spellcasting.
Well, we'll get to that in a second. Arya, what were you finish what you were saying?
I can do this. I think. So scared though. And she's gonna like head back out of the tent and try to sneakily find Rose.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a stealth check. And Goran, as you're now actively like looking around, as you've finally taken notice that Arya's not around you, and nobody seems to have noticed that she's been gone, you'll have to try to find her. So I'll have you go ahead and make me a perception check. You are familiar with
okay,
her scent, so yes,
this
it's
one.
advantage.
Yeah.
Arya, what'd you roll?
17.
17.
Okay. So, it'll take you a minute to find her, but you were on the path. You found where she went and are just kind of slowly, like, oddly enough, kind of like a hunting dog, just following the trail. Arya, make me a perception check.
Wow, 15.
15. Your nerves have kind of got you startled a little bit. As you're looking around the complex for Rose, you do not immediately find her. And as you're like in the middle of kind of like looking around and trying to see like where outside of like where she might be, Goran, you catch up to her.
Hey, Rhea.
She's like startled. Hey.
Your passive perception is high enough that you would probably have noticed me.
Not in this instance.
Well, even if she's like in her thoughts, kind of.
That's why I said not in this instance. Yeah, no.
Fair.
It's weird that you startled her, but yes, you startled her.
Yeah, it's not usual that I startle you.
What's up?
That's just wanted to check in, see how you're doing.
I think I'm fine.
I mean, I'm here for you as well.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
What are you up to? So you're looking for something.
Well, I'm looking for Rose.
Not around the compound?
Not that I can see.
Am I familiar with Rose's smell?
You've not spent a lot of time with Rose, so I'm gonna say no, but you are familiar with who Rose is, and she's a fawn is gonna be very easy to spot in a crowd of people, as fawns are not really like well-known people in general. That is if she's in a crowd. If you want to go ahead and make a perception check or give Arya advantage, you may do that instead.
Where are we currently?
Arya, what's your
Not you.
perception mod?
That's not what I asked.
Blue on black.
Perception. It is +10.
I'll give her a dash.
Stop doing that.
Wow, I'm not 20. So 30.
Okay, yeah. So as fucking Eagle Eyes over here, as you're outside of like where more of the people are looking around, and the two of you are kind of actively searching around the complex to try to see if you can find Rose at all. You don't see her, like, just in general, you don't see her. And it's not until, like, literally as she passes one of the windows within the keep that Arya, your fucking mastercraft eyes spot her in the keep.
I'm gonna say, like, probably Goran being there probably, like, helped her calm down a bit. So she saw her better.
Yeah, you managed to keep your focus this time.
Give me a sec, I can't hear anything.
So, I'm assuming you go ahead and make your way into the keep, yes?
Nah, she's freaking out again. What does she do?
Are you okay? It looks like you saw her.
I'm fine. Do you mind staying, like, right here? And she just points at the ground, right there.
I'm gonna stand where she pointed.
Okay.
Just kind of like. Alright.
Your hound-like instincts take over and you stay.
Okay, so... I'm sure you know my feelings about Rose, right?
Yeah. You're pretty into her.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to talk to her. So... I guess you can be my emotional support lycanthrope.
Yeah, I mean, I can be there or be around if you'd like me to. Or I can just stay here and you can come back, but I believe in you.
He can be within, like, earshot, I guess, if he wants. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'll like, sort of follow you up, but like, I'll stay out of sight for sure.
Okay, I go to Rose.
I don't know what kind of dog he is. I just know that he's a dog. It's up to him, like, how much he listens to you.
Cute.
So, you make your way into the keep. As you two make your way to the front of the keep, the main entry door itself is wide open while the inside double doors are closed. Making your way up to it, you manage to kind of, as you get up, the door itself kind of just begins to open inward, and as it opens inward, you can see still relatively under construction, but mostly like put together, a fair hallway that continues onward, very similar to the Jacobs estate, where it leads forward and up into what looks like a main like a blank wall that is, while it's built, is having the finishing like touches of whatever paint they've got for the inside of the interior itself. There is magical torch lighting that is lighting the walls, and a set of stairs on either side of you that lead up into the balcony space in this room that continue on down the halls left and right, which the downstairs also continues outwards to. Unlike the Jacobs estate, there is not an immediate entrance into the courtyard from this area. But there is this this space that's here. Where she would have been on the second floor, and as you make your way up the still under construction stairs, you manage to get up there and onto the second floor, where as you continue down into the rooms that are being built, standing before you in one of these spaces that looks like it's going to be a library, is Rose, who's currently in the middle of sorting out some of the books, and she is the only person in this room that, as you look inside, leads both from the top and the bottom floor, is another entry point.
She, Rose?
As you call out to her and she kind of stops what she's doing, looks in your direction. Hi.
We're back.
Welcome back. I'm and she just kind of sets the books down. Is there something you need?
Oh man, she's gonna flush right now. Fuck. I just wanted to say hi.
Oh. Hi.
How have you been?
Good. They gave me some work that I could do to help keep on time with the building away from people, which is nice and quiet, minus the hammers. Hi.
They certainly got this building to look nice, didn't they?
Yes. Yeah. She takes her books and starts putting shit back on the wall again.
You hear in the back of your head, make your move.
I got you something from overseas.
Mm.
And she, like, hands over the, necklace very anxiously.
As you say that you got her something, she looks kind of confused at first, and she's like, "For me?"
Yeah, for you.
And she stops and begins to kind of look at it. The stone itself and the natural metals that it's made of kind of stand out. As she looks at it, she sets the books that she just picked up back down in a different space, and then like holds it in her hand. As she holds the necklace in her hand, it's still kind of in your hand. She's just kind of looking at it a little better. That's really pretty. You for me?
Yes, for you.
I
She's like blushing in her.
yeah, Rose too.
She's like blushing in her hands behind her head. Well, one of them.
Yeah. So she finally takes it out of your hand, and begins to look at it. She finally musters the strength to say, "Thank you. I really like it."
No problem. So, what are your plans? Do you think you're gonna stay here a while?
I gotta go. And she turns and leaves. With necklace in hand, but she turns and leaves. Face beat red. She's gone. Mission accomplished.
Arya's gonna die.
Rose is gonna die first.
Well, I guess I'll go back to Goran.
Goran, you heard all of that.
She does a thumbs up.
Goran's also gonna do a thumbs back and giggle. Mission succeeded. I think that went well, all things considered. Like, genuinely.
I think she really liked it.
Yeah, I think she liked it too. I think she likes you.
You think so?
Sounds like it. You don't really react like that if, you don't like somebody. She was extremely flustered.
As you guys are talking and saying this, walking down the hall,
Quietly.
Oh yeah, I understood. I find it funny you said sounds like it, because you do, like, with your fucking keen hearing, you do hear her, like, excitedly panting behind the corner. Like, way the fuck down the hall. She hasn't left, she's just hiding.
Okay, we both hear this then.
Yeah,
Or
Arya
is
would
it
probably
just-
hear it too. But Arya's a bit distracted in the moment, but you definitely catch it.
Yeah, I hear. I'm unpointed out. Just feel like, hey, I can hear her breathing.
Arya's hearing is being drowned out by her own nervous panting.
Yeah, all you hear is your fucking
Yeah.
heartbeat. As you guys continue this conversation, following down the stairs and feeling better about yourself, Arya, and more confident, leaving the hallway, as you come to the doors, which are now closed again, they do automatically open up as you guys get closer to them. It's almost as if
Neat.
the intent of wanting to leave is commanding the doors themselves to open.
Witchcraft! Oh wait, we're spellcasters.
You hear Zalin say at the other side of the door.
Witchcraft.
I wonder how these doors work. You know what? Yeah, can I make like an Arcana check?
You may. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
A 21.
21. Okay. You don't have a lot of like arcanic understanding when it comes to stuff like this. You're very certain it's not like a natural druidic magic. And your first thought is maybe it's some kind of enchantment on the door. But there's another thought that kind of crosses your mind that fits a little better into place for the explanation of this. And that it's like it's like some kind of an aura or some kind of like a field-wide enchantment, if you would, almost like the Hollow spell, where when something happens, it reacts and does something else, like the intent to leave is what opens the door.
I'm gonna blame wizards.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's ninjas. It's ninjas.
Hey!
Excuse me.
Bless you.
There's
Wizards
just
awesome.
ninjas hiding in the bushes. When you want to leave or enter, they just go to the other side of the door and open it.
Is that what the rock thinks? You think?
He might if he was here.
You'll never know. So, now that that is taken care of and the rest of you all reconvene just outside of the main manor, or manor house, I guess you can call it, what's the plan?
Well, if no one else is going to Nephlius, I want to go.
All right. I like Arya taking charges. It's fun. So, as you make your way to Nephlius's little hut, the door itself is, as usual, wide open.
Am I here
And
now?
what's that?
Am I here now?
Yes, everybody.
Now I want to come. I want to go to Nephlius.
Yeah, absolutely, you may. The two of you make your way to Nephlius, and anybody else who wants to come in tow, you just join right in. As the door itself is open, though the building itself is not finished, the aisles and walls that are finished are stocked with what remains of his miscellaneous stock. It looks a little sad, but it looks surprisingly presentable, which isn't surprising at all when you know who Nephlius is and the kind of merchant he is. At which point, as you enter, he, sitting at the back of his desk, kind of pouting a bit, he looks up and sees you all there. Very similar layout to when it was back in Stillsheed, but he looks at you all. Good to see you, friends. What can I do for you?
Just popping in, saying hi.
And he kind of stretches for a bit. Whatever you see, just come ask me for the price. Also, you're back from your adventures, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Temporarily.
Where is our deal?
Oh, she pulls out. Hold on. I think I have the peppermint sugar bomb I can give him.
Yeah, alright.
Arya has no clue where the fucking recipes are, though.
Caroline fishes them out of her
I
bag.
have them.
Oh, Gorn has them. Okay.
Yeah, I'm part of the group that found them.
I don't know what's going on.
What the hell is a peppermint sugar bomb?
We brought you some candy and we brought you some recipes.
This is the best news I've heard since your return. No offense, but you didn't bring back my... watch my mouth. Anyways. So...
Oh, one more thing about them. You're the only person who can manufacture these anymore.
I love you, Goran. As a friend. But I love you so dearly. He pats you on the
Yeah.
face. That is some of the best news, and it just keeps getting better. You know, with some trial now, I should be able to replicate these, actually. Which means, yes, I would be the only person to make them myself, but also... Blue and Black could turn a profit from this. I'd be pulling my own now in another way, and in addition to this... Honestly... I'm scheming, sorry. You was going to buy stuff. Right, reward. I was going to give you stuff. With everything going on, honestly, you guys are probably my best and few only customers, at least before I came here. So, I don't really have the means to pay you entirely here yet. Keyword yet. I will pay you. You know me, I'll always come through. However, there is currently a fucking war going on. And my main supplier is on the other side of the battlefield, so that's not something that I can really realistically do. But I do have the ability to maybe have some materials gathered up, depending on the scenario in the 4 cities. Not the point. The point is, I'll make sure that I repay you for this. Honest to the gods, I promise.
Good.
Never ever let you down.
Fine.
For the time being, though, should you wish to peruse around my shop for what little is left at the moment, we're working on starting on procuring our own items and utensils for this kind of arcane craft. Though we'd need an enchanter, so if you do find someone who is capable and looking for work, grab them and bring them here. We need them. Does that sound fine to you?
I have an idea of somebody.
It's a whole lot like he just wants us to kidnap him.
No. I want you to kidnap Jack and bring him home. I don't need you to kidnap anybody else. Am I understood? So we're not confused.
That's
Minimal
it.
Splendid.
kidnapping, understood.
Goran, watch your face.
Well, do you have anything, like, healing related?
Since the war started, no. Anything remotely relevant I can speak to healing has gone to the front lines, including most of my healing potions. But I did manage to snag a couple for you, and I think you'll appreciate them. And he pulls out a pair of superior healing potions.
Ooh, sparkly eyes. How much are these?
Yours.
Dang, really? Are you sure?
Are you kidding me? Not only am I the only one capable of manufacturing, when I get the plant up, of manufacturing Freefield Zone candy, but in addition to that, you brought me the recipe so that I can recreate those. Absolutely for free. Just take them.
Nice.
Besides, I hid them from the gods specifically so that when you came back, you'd have them. One of them was going to be for Jack, but since his ass ain't here, you might as well have it instead.
Thank you.
What are they
Really
called?
appreciate it.
Superior healing potions.
Superior.
Am I spelling that right?
Well, just look up the healing potions.
Oh, Supreme? No, I see it. Okay. I'm good.
Yeah, no. 8d4 plus 8. Yeah, no, they're the fucking heavy ones.
Same.
Like you've seen the vibrant red color in most healing potions. These ones are a little bit bigger, like there's a little more liquid in it, but the color itself almost fucking glows. So I'm dumb. I didn't even get the right thing for the music.
I really like the music, though.
I had a different set of music planned. Alright, let's see if that does any better. That's better. Now I fix the music. We'll get there. So. As far as the equipment goes, I'm kind of lacking. Whatever you're going to find is going to be whatever wondrous doodly bob I've got left. I do apologize for my lack of stock. I really am trying to work on this, and now I've got something else I can work on. Soon. We'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Is there anything else that you are looking for in particular?
No.
You're sure?
Come on, Star, you gotta have something.
Well, there's very often that there are things that I need, but right now... I don't feel like there's anything missing from my bag. Which is usually a big clue the first time there's something I need.
Are your balls still there?
They're still there.
Did you check?
Hi, Kevin.
Hey, what's up?
Oh my god, they're gone!
I told you, you always gotta make sure.
But yeah. Not really.
What's going on?
Neplius.
That doesn't really explain anything at all, actually.
You're at
Shopping
Neplius'
trip
shop.
by magic
It's
stuff.
a shopping trip, yeah.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
He gave us some potions.
Valeth hasn't met Nephilius, right? I don't recall.
I think she has. She has once. You guys visited him on your way to the port with you in tow.
Huh, okay.
But it
Netflix,
was
you got
a
any
very
drinks?
drinks as in like alcohol.
Yeah. Anything good you recommend? Got in the back?
He reaches under his desk and pulls out a pair of shot glasses, and then grabs a bottle of some kind of viscousy liquid from underneath. If you need a drink, not for sale, but and he pours you out a shot. It's greenish in color, really thick, and it looks to
Take it,
almost
take
like fizz and bubble.
It's like what I had last week.
Make me a Constitution check.
Oh my god.
Alright. Uh... 10.
10? Okay. So yeah, you swallow it, and it sits in your mouth for a little too long that it kind of begins to burn your mouth almost. It's a really cold liquid, but it's burning your mouth. You finally swallow it, and when you do, like, the back of your throat and your tongue just begins to have that kind of spicy, almost like, you know, like you've just had something really, really spicy kind of burn. But it slowly begins to subside, but your tongue is fucking numb.
Did you just drink fucking battery acid?
Oh yeah, it's been too long.
It is a
haven't drank
really
in
sweet
months.
aftertaste, though.
What's this called?
Well, to be fair, I've lost the label. It's been gone
Oh,
for
man.
some time. I'm not actually sure if it's still good. It drinks
That
it
might
too.
be it.
Strong. Works it.
Yeah, I haven't had any alcohol for months, so my tolerance go way down.
Oh, you poor bastard.
That's
Feel bad for myself as well.
Definitely had a lot to drink. We've been with Jack.
That's fair.
I was just gonna say, like, yeah, if Jack heard of me not drinking, he'd be pretty pissed. Disappointed even.
Sounds about right.
Well, you guys cleared up your little deal. Thank you for the shot.
This was nothing.
Thank you.
Like I said, I need an enchanter. I need Jack. You can kidnap one of the two, and you know which one.
We'll have an eye out.
Well, come by whenever you need something. You know I get bored easy.
We will be back.
I
Yeah,
hope
we
I
will.
have something for you by then.
Give me a cool ring by next time.
Look out for a ring. You got it.
Goodbye.
As you all begin to kind of leave the shop, he goes back to kind of... He watches you all leave, but last one out kind of sees him go back into kind of slumping around, whirling whatever he had on his desk, just kind of messing with it. He's bored. He's sad and moping that Jack's not there.
He misses Jack.
Yeah, he told Jack to come home.
Yeah.
And he fucking didn't.
Didn't he stay with his parents? Isn't that the whole thing what happened?
Yep. Jack stayed in the Arctic Waste with his parents and family.
Instead of going home.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
How dare he care about his family?
Said the man who has very little left. So, as you guys are there in the middle of the, I guess, almost like a city, kind of. You do see there is a space where food is being set up for trade, trying to make sure that people are being fed and taken care of. Where you notice that money is being paid by some of those in blue on black, and it's usually like small amounts of copper, which is literally nothing for fair amounts of food. The soldiers that are there don't provide money for the food. They are providing some kind of token that exchanges them the food there everybody else has provided, almost like some kind of a merit. But you notice that those who are training are winding down their training as the sun is beginning to set. The day is ending, and if there's anything else you guys would like to do before the sun does set, just let me know or stop me. Eventually, as the sun continues to fall farther and farther away from the sky, Naivara comes and finds you all. At which point, when she does... So, I'm sure you're expecting a place to sleep. Luckily, we've got some ideas set up. Come with me. And she leads you into the estate itself.
I have a question.
What's up?
Where's the blue on black cat?
You haven't seen it yet. Oh,
Okay.
Are you asking Nephilia or Naivara?
No, just wondering.
Yeah, you
Not
haven't seen the cat
asking.
yet.
Okay.
As you all make your way into the keep itself, and you can see the hallway that as the doors open on their own and the hallway presents itself, there is a banner now on the back facing wall, the crest of blue on black as requested by somebody. One of you said it. But there's the banner, or there's a flag, essentially, of the blue on black symbol that is now draped across the back. In addition, with the stairs kind of set in place along the sides and people standing underneath the stairs, each of the members which you have brought to blue on black, including, well, actually, no, Peterson and Spot wouldn't be there, but everybody else is. Except for one noticeable exception to those who recognize recognize his absence. Sabathil is nowhere to be found.
What
The only one.
happened,
You're asking. Wait, what's? Sorry, you just said something. I got distracted. Sorry.
Oh, what happened, Sab?
That's. Zalin, maybe you should explain, since you were the last one who faced him. Another time, though. Right now, it's celebration and showing off all that's been
Out
done
of
so
character,
far.
I don't remember that name.
Sabathil is the... you know what? I'll tell you later.
Fair.
We're here to showcase to you everything that's been accomplished. Which, by the way, Arya, up on the second story, you do see Rose holding onto the railing, looking down at everybody with the necklace around her neck.
I wave a little bit.
She shyly, she smiles and shyly hides behind the railing. As everybody begins saying hi and waving back at you guys, you hear from the top of the other side a really loud and boisterous voice of Flicker just yelling, "Welcome home, jerks! Left us here to do all the work!" And she kind of smiles, giving sarcastic remark to you all. Naivara then looks to the rest of you and says, "Well, down the hall," and she points down as you're entering in, would be the right side. You'll find a couple of different spaces of interest, such as the library, which is currently being filled and built. We have the catering area where food is being prepped. And we also have a room for staff. Thank you. Continuing on, down the other side, you have a hallway that leads to the right into the courtyard, which is our training grounds. Or at least parts of it are. There is a garden nearing the back end of it, which will be the last stop on our tour. Upstairs, you'll find most of your bedrooms, which I guess technically are the last stops, but we'll get to that later. The importance of those is less so, and you will find the rooms that are for each of you. Except for you, Aaron, we didn't know you were coming. But we will have something prepared for you. Aaron just goes, that's fine, thanks. So, if you'll follow me down this hallway, and she takes you down the hall to the left side, you see there's the hallway that branches off in towards the courtyard, where at the moment the door is open, and you can see there are a number of posts for, just as you're walking by, posts for archery and what looks like a sword rack, where there are currently no weapons held, but where weapons could be held. When we get the chance to fill that and stock it with weapons and ammunition, we should start training those of us who are idle here, not doing much, but training them to fight, just in case the worst should come. As we come down the hall, and as she begins to kind of turn, you pass by other various buildings. There was down at the bottom floor, one of the larger rooms was essentially that was open doored, or had the doors itself are open. Was a long table as you pass what you would understand to be the war room. She inevitably leads you around. There's a couple other places within the building itself, such as an alchemy station, a place for different kinds of metalworking that are not metalworking. This would be more like leatherworking. That's the one. Essentially, a place where you could craft things should you need to, minus the blacksmith, which is outside. There are, excuse me. There's another room as well, which, Starry, you can spend some time and add this to your spellbook or your knowledge of understanding, a teleportation circle that is actually not on the bottom floor, but you go into a room which leads farther down, and underground is where the teleportation circle is. So you can add blue and black to your list of teleportation circles that you know.
Awesome.
Write that down somewhere. Finally, as you guys inevitably make your way into the courtyard where there were once a couple of where it was once just a barren place, there's now a small collection of small trees and plants and an open open sky that leads into it where you can see the beautiful stars. There's a pathway that leads throughout it. It's like its own little garden. And off in one of the corner areas, there is a statue of the late Cadrith. Stood upright in a more heroic position, grinning down at those who look at him. though stoic in its expression. There's a plaque that goes on to describe who he was to those who cared for him and loved him. A friend, may he rest in peace. There's also there is another like wall that's behind Kadrith, which reads out the different members who were lost to Blue on Black. Which you can see Child's name is on there, but they are fixing that. So far you have Tiki, and you hope the wall stays as barren as it looks. Though with the threat of war, it's a little humbling to know that wall could become filled very quickly. As some time is spent between each of you, and you've taken some time to kind of admire the scenery and admire the building and construction that's being done, you eventually find your way upstairs to each of your own respective rooms, which are kind of in different areas, though all on the second floor. There are different... To each of your rooms, there are different tapestries that represent what you are capable of in your own aspects. Arya, you see that there is a tapestry leading, like, I guess this would be more like portrait, that's hanging off the wall. There's a depiction of you, you're kind of like, your hair color, your pale white skin, the green attire that you had once been adorned in, with the 4 different depictions of elemental figures: earth, wind, water, and fire. They themselves are all depicted in a very, like... It's a very minimalist style, which you'll all learn each of these are. For Goran, you see there is a depiction of you in the sunlight, though on the reverse side of that, the underside of that, is your lycanthrope form in the moonlight. You see there are a number of cities on the left and right of Goran's half, and on the other side of the lycanthrope half are the forests that represent the druidic path you take. Starry, you see in yours there are a number of your own images, though for each one you see one that kind of depicts yourself, and some that don't seem all quite there. The first missing his eyes, the second missing his ears, and the last missing his mouth. Though all seem relatively mischievous, and the different illusory stars that begin to kind of... I shouldn't say illusory. The stars that represent the night sky begin to kind of... or have all scattered across on the above side of the portrait. Your final visage, which has every aspect of you in careful consideration, is a full, like, I guess not full, but a upper half of you with spellbook in hand. Astaroth, you see in your depiction there is the tiefling version of you that is there. And as you're paying more attention to it, it has a very, like, defensive pose. A warhammer at her side with the shield at the ready, as a defending, almost like an archon of light. You see the sun not only behind you, but depicted on the shield in front of you itself, and it is a very bright, colorful picture. Though something you pick up on just in the very, like, back half of it is a, like, white figure that resembles your changeling self, that is ever so slightly noticeable along the back half. It almost looks like it's an imperfection, but you get the sense it was deliberate. Illiken, you see the portrait of yourself in a sense of void, where most of the portrait is black and the body of yourself is visible, though they only get, like, most of, like, probably upper kneecap up, if that makes any sense. The warhammer at the side and the hand reaching out to the constellation above. There is a reaching out the constellation above, with to the left and right of you a hollow, almost translucent depiction of a male figure and a female figure on either side of you. Their visage is not something that can be described, as they look pretty much without features, though you understand them to be the gods of void.
Oh.
Valeth, the tapestry in your room has what looks like a woman of pride and valor, someone who holds her hat with, I guess not really hold her hat, like holds her head high, her pistol in hand, holding the hat above to keep it out of her eyes, the sun from above hiding it, and many different depictions of mechanical parts and gears and things that surround the edge of it, almost like it's a border. Very steampunk-esque. Your robot companion as well at your side. And for Zalin, you see the depiction of a tapestry that represents your family. And while parts of it at the bottom look as though they were intentionally burned and then put out to give a worn and burned effect, the part that has been preserved is that of your face in front, though in the back left half of you is a figure of your own brother. The scarring is on there, as it was a last-minute detail they weren't able to incorporate. Your sister, however, is on the right side of you, both behind you and not taking the centerpiece. Fires begin to fires are like shown around it as well, almost like it's a small family portrait of your side. You have seen your brother's, which is very similar, only the burning is a different pattern as it was naturally burned, and it's a portrait of himself with your sister on the left and you on the right. I'm sure Caroline and Spot will see this, so I'll go ahead and describe theirs as well. You see that there is, for Caroline, a picture of an elven woman who has her lyre in hand with musical notes playing into it and what looks like the background of the Gullet Barn Inn. There in the portrait in the background, you see two elven individuals, elderly, that look on in pride and admiration, with a number of daggers that just kind of strike across in different spots around the border of the portrait. And for Spot, you see the old mechanical body of Spot, not his new one, so it doesn't quite fit. But you see where there is a number of different gears and things similar to that of Valeth. All of these are of a more silver color, and they seem very, almost monotone. Though the most vibrant part of this is the background behind Spot's head, the pink gem eyes, the odd, awkward smile across the warforged face, and what looks like a spark of energy across his fingers in this aspect, where you see lightning, snow, fire, and a strange white energy that just kind of all represent the one spell that's being cast, without any understanding of what's about to happen next. But with this, you each find your rooms easily enough, and as the night comes for all of you, you find yourselves honestly having the best night's sleep that you could have ever had in the past, couple of months. Being on the road for a while has taken its toll, but this feels good. Welcome home. And it truly feels like home. As the morning comes and you all find yourselves waking up and rising for what is to come next, Blue on Black, what would you like to do?
Man, what else is in my room? Can I ask?
In your room, there is a desk that looks like it's set up for the transcribing of spells. You see there is a chair that's relatively comfy that's placed in front of it, and a stack of papers that are completely blank. The papers themselves, it's not a huge stack, but there is enough paper here that you could probably transcribe another 10 spells, or 10 levels of spells. In addition, you see that there is a wardrobe that at the moment is currently empty, save for a single cape that represents blue on black. At which point, looking through the rest of your rooms in your own wardrobes, you find this same cape in each of your own closets.
So cool.
What am I currently? What? Wait, I'm I have some fancy clothes on me right now. I'm gonna leave them in the wardrobe.
Yeah. You guys have your own personal storage space, so anything you don't want to carry with you on your adventures, just stick it in there. If it's fucking heavy and taking up space, drop it right there. Spare mechanical parts, put them right there. I mean, do what you want.
That's so cool.
Will I just write that down on like a Google Doc or something?
Sure.
Okay.
Or I think a better way to do it, if you're still using D&D Beyond for inventory management, like I am, I would just make a bag of holding. That's like just storage.
Yeah, you can rename a separate bag of holding as storage. I don't know if you can have 2 bags of holding, though.
Oh yeah, no, you can.
Oh, you can.
I
They
have
fixed
to.
that. Nice.
Yeah.
How do I do that?
You add a bag of holding, and then you just edit the name.
Add items. Bag of.
Arya, you were going to do something?
Add
Yeah,
bag.
I do have something I want to do. But it's making me anxious.
In your room, by the way, you do see there is a plant that it looks like some kind of a strange, kind of almost like a warped tree. But with your knowledge of nature, you understand this plant doesn't need a lot of water. So long as you come by literally like once a month, it will be fine and it will survive.
That's so cool. Can I like druidcraft and make it bloom?
You can. It's like a mini tree almost, so it doesn't actually bloom, and there are leaves on it. With your druid craft, you do see vines begin to kind of create themselves around the branches and begin to hang down from the tree itself.
So cool. I'm gonna go knock on Ashtroth's door.
Okay. Astroth, you hear a knock at your door. In your room, you do find what looks like an armor stand that doesn't have any armor on it, but could absolutely support all of your heavy armor. And it's a nice little place to keep your armor off the ground while you sleep. In addition, you also find a space for your weapon and shield that are both by the door, just in case. As well as a small empty book for you to write anything you want in it, such as a diary. And with that, Astroth, after waking up and taking a note of your surroundings, there's another knock at your door. Astroth, are you there? Arya, is Astroth there?
Do you hear her now?
Hello?
There we go. Yeah, there we go.
I'm almost definitely up on the stand. I go to the door and I put my hand on the warhammer as I open the door.
Crack it open, you see Arya.
Hello?
I kind of have something to tell you.
Alright.
Remember when Conrad/Rebrel had the clockwork beetle?
Not really, but let's say I did.
I kinda put one in your bag because I thought you were gonna leave us, and it made me really anxious, but now I realize that that's probably really bad of me, and I want to say I'm sorry.
I go to my bag and I just pull it out.
Yeah, you dump everything out, and there is the little clockwork beetle just kind of rummaging around.
I go open the door and then I drop it in, and then I take all your salt and I just drop the clockwork beetle onto the salt. You can have it back.
You're not mad at me?
Oh, I am, but you can have it back.
I'm sorry.
After getting the
Very
beetle
well.
out of your shirt, you apologize.
Out of character, by the way, that's been in there for like at least a year IRL.
Oh, longer.
Yeah. I snuck that in like fucking years ago.
When you guys got your hands
What does
on
that
them,
beetle even do?
tracks her location. Because Arya had the other one too.
Well, if we ever lost one, we would be able to find them with the other person. Or even the belongings that the beetle's in. So Astaroth and Astaroth's bag wouldn't have gotten lost.
I mean, if I had to run, there's a good chance I would not have taken my bag with me.
And
So-
probably would have forgotten where you put it eventually. Maybe.
I want to plant
Unless
my
you found
potato.
another beetle.
What's up? Sorry.
I want to plant my potato outside because you said I had my potato in my backpack and it started getting like sprouts.
Mm-hmm.
I want to plant that outside.
Yeah, I mean, it's been through some hell. It has some sprouts in it. It hasn't grown since. But you can put the potato in the bag. Or put it in, and maybe.
No, like in the ground, like outside somewhere.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
You go out into the garden where
Yeah.
there are a number of plants, and you manage to find a space to kind of dig out with your bare hands the soil, and then just shove the potato in the dirt and cover it back up.
Why do you have a potato?
Oh goodness. I don't know. I used to have a little thing with Spot where I threw potatoes at him. A little inside joke. He threw potatoes at me. It was really bad when we were trying to sneak and it kept happening. But it's all fine. I just
You now have
That's
potato
hilarious.
growing in the fucking garden. There you go. So long as you let one of the servants there know, they will make sure it's taken care of. Or at least do their best.
Secret potato.
I'll let a servant know that I planted a potato there.
Yeah, easy enough.
Cool.
So, with all of this said and done, armor put on, meals had, weapons gathered, and out the door we are, or we'll say in the courtyard, you can meet up. You have your entire party with you, Caroline and Aaron alongside you as well. Unless there's anything else you guys would like to do. Are you casting Windwalk?
Yeah, actually. I'm gonna give the clockwork beetle to Goran. Like,
You
not
just stick it in
lying
his
about
bag?
it. No,
Oh.
no. Just giving it to
Oh.
him.
Okay.
Oh.
I
The
Don't
mystery
need
of the clockwork beetle.
probably in
Track
better
this, I
hands
think.
with you.
Fair.
Are you giving him both or just the one that you had got from Astaroth?
Both.
Oh, okay. So,
Oh, okay.
Goran, you have two clockwork beetles. They're both linked to each other, and you can plant one on somebody else, and then plant yours on a piece of paper, and it'll draw their path. Okay.
Okay. What is the item called?
Clockwork beetle.
Clockwork ink beetle.
Oh, clockwork ink beetle. Honestly, you could type beetle and it'll come up.
Yep.
To the tribe lands.
Okay. You guys are going to the Goliath tribe lands?
I guess
Yeah.
so.
Arya, you're expending that 6th level spell slot,
Yes.
and we're off.
Way.
As you all begin to take on your new mist forms and leave Blue on Black yet again, you'll be back this time at least. You manage to shoot upward and northward towards the Goliath Tribelands. Do you guys want to go in for break, or do you want to keep going?
Break.
Alright. Enough said, we'll take a break. We'll be back in about 20-ish minutes. Sound good?
Yep.
Solid. What's so funny?
Check memes.
Oh god. What the fuck, Starry?
What? What? He can't hear you, by the way.
What is happening?
How's
Sorry,
it going,
Steph.
Noel?
How's it going? How are you?
It's going. God, I wish VR wasn't so expensive.
What
I
was
know,
this
right?
expensive?
God, I really want to play it.
I wish
Oh,
VR wasn't so
fun.
expensive.
Peter.
VR looks
Okay.
so much fun. I'm not even kidding. I literally I traded a customized Pokemon Funko Pop for a phone VR headgear thingy, so you can put your phone in it. And then I found out that YouTube stopped doing their VR videos, and there's no like VR things available for my phone that are free. I'm kind of sad about that.
Yeah, my phone has some VR stuff that I can do, and I messed around with it, and it was really cool, but it's only like 3 degrees of freedom, not like 6 like Oculus and stuff, so it's not as great. It's definitely interesting though, but I can only do it for like 40 minutes before my phone overheats.
That sounds
Yeah.
about right.
Because, you know, it takes a lot. And keep in mind, that's it. That is it connected. Yeah, no, and that is it connected up to my computer too. So like I am playing on my I can do one VR from my computer to my phone. And it's not bad. It is actually pretty interesting. But like, you know, it's one of those things I just want to give it a try.
VR is
Or, like-
pretty like awesome. I'm
Mhm.
not even gonna lie. It's great.
I do agree with Al, though. I wish it wasn't as expensive.
Yeah. I mean, I had to buy like the cheapest, shittiest Oculus headset just to be able to do it. Like I have the Quest, which is a piece of fucking junk,
Yeah.
but like I had to like get a cable and shit to plug it into my PC for it to even run like anything actually interesting. But it's cool.
Yeah, no. Honestly, if I was going
Okay, I
for
wish
my
I could have afforded a VR headset and gear when the VR chat thing was like super popular, and now it's just a bunch of weirdos that are on VR, and
That's
I'm not
always
even
been
gonna
VR
bother
chat.
with that
I
anymore.
was gonna say.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
always been
kind of
VR.
always been VR chat.
I mean, if it wasn't so
I mean, VR
expensive,
chat was full of a lot of fun people, but now it's just the boring people that are left.
that's fair.
I mean, have you? I mean, it depends on where you go.
That's true.
What if we all just got VR headsets and started playing D&D in VR?
No, we
Oh,
could.
I mean, okay, that would
We
actually
could
kind of
also
neat.
play fucking TTT in VR if we did that.
We could
I
literally
actually
play
have
as our
one. It's called
characters.
Quest Haven. I kickstarted it.
We could literally play as our characters. That would be so
And
much fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, like there are 3 games that I really want to try in VR. 3 main ones. VR chat, just because I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
You know you have to do VR chat at least once in VR, because let's be honest, I just want to mess around with that just for a bit because I think it'd be actually kind of fun. Gorilla Tag, just because it seems like an actual fun game with interesting movement, and Beat Saber. I would also love to try Elite Dangerous in VR.
I actually have played Beat Saber. It's a lot of fun. Nolan got a VR headset. I don't know what it got, though.
Nice.
Nolan!
But, you know,
What is it?
What?
Your VR headset, what is it?
Oculus Quest 2.
I have the Quest 1.
Honestly, if I were to get a headset, I'd probably get the Quest 2. Yes, the Quest 2 is about to come out, is going to come out soon, but the release date isn't going to be revealed until September, and it's probably going to be even long. And it's probably going to be a couple months after that, and it's going to be a bit more expensive. Whereas also, a lot of people will be selling the Quest 2s on like eBay and stuff.
Damn, what is today's?
Sold a meta.
What is today's society? We have to wait for them to release the release date.
Yep. If I'm no, it's fucking stupid like that. Honestly though, if I had unlimited money, I would probably go for a Valve Index, just because of the finger tracking and the shit that it can.
Oh fuck
Like,
yeah,
it
that's
is-
awesome.
If I had unlimited
Far away
money,
and
I would
above.
make
Not only
things
is it the best
myself.
like controllers, but it also has the best actual VR quality.
Mhm.
So
But-
like that's the ideal that everybody wants, but it's so fucking prohibitively expensive.
I mean, it's about the same. I mean, to give you an idea, the price of the Valve Index is about the same as what I paid for the computer. My computer.
Plus, you would also need all of the cables and shit that you need to set it up.
I
The
think
thing
comes
that,
with it,
like, well, yes, but the thing that enables, like, the reason I bought a Quest is because it only needs one plugin.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it's,
And I don't know if my computer has all of the correct ports and stuff set up that I would need for a Valve Index or even just like a Vive.
oh yeah, no. Also, the Valve Index is outside-in tracking, so you have to have like light stations set up. So you have to have the
Yeah.
space in your. Whereas Quest is inside out, so you just the headset tracks it, which makes it easier. What are you saying, Trader? Oh, like, also it's kind of sad that the Index is still like one of the best VR headsets you can get, despite it releasing in 2019. It's one of the older ones out on the market.
Just shows you that there really hasn't been that much innovation. Not
I mean,
at
there
all.
has been some stuff like pupil, like eye tracking and stuff like that. I think I don't know if the Index has that, but most of it just like it still has like the best controllers in my opinion.
I mean, I know personally that my VR experience has barely changed at all over the past couple of years. Like, and I don't have the cutting edge, extremely nice headset, but
Yeah. Oh, and also the Valve Index requires a computer. The Oculus is standalone, which is another reason why if I were to get into VR, I'd probably just go with the Oculus.
yeah, but I guess just be aware that without like hooking up to your PC, you can't run most VR games. You
I mean-
only get the very limited selection that you can get for the Quest.
I mean,
Store,
the
that's
Quest
to a
has a
point
good-
where Blade and Sorcery has mods, so you really don't have to worry about that anymore. That's basically all you really need.
Yeah, it's not as much of an issue anymore as it used to be because things have done that. Now I do also know ByteDance has their own headset, but it's not sold in the US yet.
Come here, come say hi.
Yeah, I'd probably
Alright,
just go
fine, fuck you.
Oculus Quest 2 just because it's the cheapest and one of the
come
best.
say hi.
It's the cheapest one on the market you can get. That's also the controls are really good, and I mean it also has a good library and all that stuff. So plus you can just go to Walmart, pick it up, and start using it immediately. I mean, which is probably the easiest way to get into VR is just being able to one immediately do that, and two also the fact that it's cheap means that if I don't like it, or if I want to get VR motion sick very easily, means I don't waste $2,000 on buying a headset I can't use.
Fair.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'd definitely buy a Valve Index if I had the money.
Hmm.
And if I had the money and the
Yep.
space, because I do not have the space or the money, but yeah. There are people that sleep in fucking VR chat with the headsets on. It's fucking wild.
That's like literally a Black Mirror episode.
No, they're like worlds dedicated to sleeping in VR chat where people just go in there, sleep with their headset on.
Why?
People like it? I don't know. I don't get it myself, but
That would be so uncomfortable. Not even
Yeah.
like for your eyes, for your head.
yeah, no, a lot of people are like, yeah, you want to use a lot of pillows to support your head and you don't want to sleep on your side. mostly on your back. Be careful not to damage your headset, and try not. And I wouldn't recommend using any cables because you can choke yourself on that.
Also,
Or at
don't
least be
go
careful with
live
them.
because if somebody just shows the upskirt half of that, you'll get banned.
Depends on the server, but also, it's mostly just because like those people are so violently chronically online that they like outclass me somehow, and that's an achievement.
Good. Honestly, there are also like a whole bunch of weird stuff. Like there are clubs in fucking VR chat, which seem interesting. I'd give it a try at least once. Not not like I'm going to an actual club, so.
We gotta keep Mason off there. He'll find the Nazi club.
Probably, yeah.
Like literally every club on the outside.
No, and then there's also, there's also the sleep wolves, and those are weird. Never been to one, but I know they exist. Let's see. There's one other type of thing in VR chat. Let's see. Oh yeah, people do like church services and shit in VR chat for some reason.
That's dumb.
Yeah, they're also, a lot of those worlds are also public, so you can just go in there. So, now granted, they can ban you, but you know. Good.
Whatever grows your
A
cult
lot of
following, I
trans
guess.
people on VL chat, actually.
Yes, that I did know.
Yeah, no, it's actually really interesting because basically you're one kind of anonymous too. And it gives you like a whole bunch of tools to like play with your self presentation. So
Play with yourself.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it's definitely interesting. I have used VR chat with my phone VR once, and that was already pretty interesting.
Very fun. By the way, I don't even remember when this was sent, but Misha just says "Starry" is a catchphrase at this point.
Yeah. Good.
What do you do?
The feeling if I got a
Fine.
crest though,
No, sir.
I wouldn't be using it that much.
Just a good boy. Oh no, the camera's gonna steal your soul. I had to show the dog.
Well, what's the dog? Dude.
Shut the fuck up, Kevin. We already had Sam quoting fucking Butterdog earlier.
Butter dog.
Booter dog.
Dog with the bottle. Bottle dog. Got the dog with the bottle.
Creamy, milky dog, huh?
Also, you know what I think would be great in VR? Just like
Drugs.
once.
Probably acid.
No. Drugs,
Yes.
yeah, but I mean,
drug
people do that
simulator
anyway.
too.
I was talking about playing Elite Dangerous in VR just to like see like the worlds and stuff. I think that would be like Elite Dangerous is pretty.
I feel like it'd be a lot of the exact same shit though. Like
It would, but I think there's a different scale though. It's one thing to see it on a monitor, but when it's like right in front of you.
it's the one
like, that's
VR
all-
game that you can play in a chair.
Yeah, true. Plus also
Surprised.
but yeah, true. But yeah, no, I think it'd be very interesting because jumping into like a black hole system is already jumping in front of like a black hole or like a fucking neutron star is already terrifying as it is. But then it
I
just
don't
shows
need a
up and
VR
that's all you
headset,
can
I just
see.
need to go to sleep for that.
That would suck, yeah.
That's what I
Oh,
dream about. I wish I was kidding, but I'm telling the truth.
I think you need to Elite Dangerous to worsen that fear.
Yeah, no, good. Although the main issue with playing Elite Dangerous with VR is that you can't use a keyboard. You have to buy like the setup because it's you can't see the keys and all that stuff, and it's already kind of complex with it. So
Well, you
probably get
don't
away
get
with
Unless
it.
you're a pro gamer and don't need to look.
all you have to do is grip the controller and press the button on the actual machine. Because you're in VR in a spaceship, all you have to do is just press the button in the actual spaceship.
Not all those buttons line up. Plus, the VR controller, like yours at least for the Quest, have those weird ring things. in Elite Dangerous, you'll have one that's upright, the other that's not, and they are different controls. Like buttons don't match.
Also, I'm not
That's
sure if
so-
Elite Dangerous actually completely supports VR or not, so you may not be able to actually do the buttons in VR.
Imagine
VR is-
playing Among Us in VR though. That'd be fun.
Oh, there's actually a Among Us VR version, so
Yep.
it's
I'd love to play it.
person and that's-
Yeah, but I've seen it, and I don't think it's actually that good.
it'd be
I
an
don't
It
think
experience.
is probably made better.
So you want to play the 2D Among Us VR? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, because then that would be a nightmare and a headache.
Regular one is
Not like that at all. Sirius XM. Just come on.
There is one really fun VR game I found. It's not fully released yet, but it's called Magitech VR, and it makes you feel like you're in the Avatar series.
Oh, no way!
Yeah,
Oh.
It- 100% accurate to the series because it can't copyright to it has to fit an actual video game, but the Earth magic is especially make you feel like a fucking earthbender. Like you'll charge up your power and swing up, and then there's a wall, and then you make a punching motion and you fling that wall forward.
That
You
sounds like a lot of
You do a
fun.
boulder, you like make a spike on the ground. You could like
Goddamn.
make stone fist. It's really cool.
Nolan, you over here living the good
Well,
life in VR.
Fire and air. They're still working on water.
I mean, I've got like Blade and Sorcery, which has like elemental magic and shit.
Well, yeah, but in elemental magic and sorcery, you shoot lightning, a fireball, and have gravity. The rest is mod. At this point, if you have fire magic, you don't even charge your attack. You just make a punch, and there's like a shotgun blast of fire. Or you charge and go down, and there's a fucking flamethrower attached to your fist. Or you
Also,
throw a
like,
fire.
part of Blade and Sorcery that I like is that you can just straight up deck somebody in the face and they fly like 15 feet. It's fucking
Well, that too. That's always fun in any video game.
Like, I think Blade and Sorcery has the best VR melee combat.
It is peak VR melee.
I can't wait until they figure out how to do movies in VR.
How to do what?
Movies.
Movies?
Uh huh.
That sounds like a headache to me.
Yeah, but imagine.
Well, what do you mean by movies in VR? Like record the
Just
whole.
that. You get to be, I don't know, in like a background character or like something that is silent and part of the story. Maybe you
Oh,
can
you-
be represented
Right,
as
in
a robot, and you literally are in the story
Right.
watching a movie.
You want to watch the movie from the perspective of someone in the movie.
Just imagine
I
you're
mean, we
the
kind of
AT-AT
do that
driver.
already because there are forced perspectives in
Like, you wanna be-
movies.
Watching John Wick mow down 50 guys as you're sitting there behind a wall, like, wow, that looks super cool.
Yeah.
Or
It'd be
just play,
fun.
like HDVR and be John Wick.
Alright.
That's like my most played VR game.
I feel like I was the kind of
Yeah.
person that wants to be a
thought
wants to
that
be
was
a
what you hated.
stormtrooper driving the AT-AT on Hoth.
I mean, honestly,
Until you
I
go
just
down.
wish that it could be like a dream. VR movies would be like dreaming.
I mean,
Very
I
lucid
think that-
dreaming.
I think a
I do all
VR
the time.
movie would be just why aren't you playing a video game, right? Because like
Yeah.
you can't influence the movie, you can't be a part of the movie, you're just watching.
Well, live
Also,
action.
movies have been recorded in virtual reality spaces before.
Yeah,
Like-
Yeah.
they're not good. The thing that makes
We didn't say that they were
movies cinematic.
good, but they
Yeah, no,
could
no.
be good.
No, they're objectively bad. Because like here's the thing. Camera angle. Like so one thing that a lot of people don't get is that the cinematography of the movie
Cinematography,
also
yeah.
helps tells the story. You cannot do cinematography. Like, you can't do a forced perspective in a VR movie unless you're making it, okay, you're locked into a camera position in VR. At which point, what's the point of being in VR, right? Okay, yeah, it's 3D, but we have that already. Like,
That's why I said you could be like a silent character. You could be part of the story, moving with it.
okay, so hear me out on this one, right? That's just a video game.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But can you have a video game that is using real people, like their image is real? It's not
Well,
rendered.
yeah, yeah, graphics are getting good, but also, like, you're, like, I don't think you'll like, how would that work, right? Like, on one hand, okay, yeah, like, you have a camera rig that's on a person and you're following them, but at that point, like, how are you doing cinematography? Right? How do you do camera perspectives? If the person can just look around and do stuff. Like, it's not, like,
Oh
there's
wow,
no...
that's good. Here's cool stuff, but this flower though.
Yeah, like what is it adding to the experience? Like, really, it's
Hello?
cinematography.
I've never tried.
Yeah,
I'm sure if I tried to figure it out, I could.
I mean,
Hi, Riley.
it's not a matter of if you can figure it out or not on, like, a technical level. It's more so,
Why?
can it work?
Not. I would just ask why first.
Yeah. What is it doing?
What does it give you? What does it do? Yeah.
Yeah, what is it giving to the experience?
What do it do?
Like I always do.
What are you doing?
A
Alright.
dream.
You guys ready to get back into this?
Wise men
2 more minutes.
say.
2 more minutes.
Yeah, keep going. I'm almost there.
Not with the words. But it is one. I've been keeping an eye out in our little front garden box because there's a popcorn rose bush or miniature rose bush. It's like smack dab in the middle almost.
Bullshit.
It's visible from the front windows. And I looked out and I saw that it had bloomed a rose, and I didn't even realize that there was one.
Wow.
I should check the backyard roses too. That bush is dead. That one's not ready. Okay. Has it really been 20 minutes? I'm trying to get my coffee shit. Excuse me, baby.
Yeah, I think so. A little over, actually. But Goran said he needs 2 minutes, so we'll give him like 6 or 7. I mean, you know I'm right.
What
Eight
the
minutes, 5 minutes.
absolute? Oh,
What is it called? I'm
Jesus,
just microwaving
Tumblr
some
is
food.
messed up.
What's up, Goran?
I'm just microwaving some food.
There we go. Hope that'll work for a mic. Alright. On a serious note, are you still microwaving food or no?
Yeah, you can start. I'm good.
You sure you're ready? You still got another like 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Oh,
Okay, just making sure. We'll go ahead and get back into this then. So,
Let's go.
coming into this, as you guys have misformed yourselves and begun to travel up towards Blood Peak, I'm assuming you're following Illiken's guide on this? In which case, Illiken, you would probably know it would not be wise to apparate yourselves, like, in the middle of, your entire, like, camp, if you would. But your camp also is not, like, a single place. So you're not exactly sure where it is anyway. So you'd have to spend some time either tracking them or finding them on the ground, or risk spending the time in the air defenseless. You are aware that half the time it is, like, on site with your people.
It would be better to be, like, in person and physical then.
Okay, so you're gonna probably find a space, like, nearing the base of the mountains before you make your way up.
Yeah.
Easy enough to do.
They'll know the easiest passage up, so nobody has to worry about it taking forever or accidentally going the long way.
There are a number of paths that go through the mountains kind of range.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know of some paths. It's more tracking and finding them is where the issue comes in. And a lot of this terrain is going to be difficult terrain regardless.
That's no problem for me.
Yeah, specifically for you. So, with this, as you all find yourselves in your material forms again, Illiken, go ahead and make me a survival check.
Can't we just like gaslight them?
Did you not hear what I just said?
Oh, okay. Well,
I offered to give you the full 7 minutes.
no, I could hear you. I just like I misunderstood.
No. It's a 10.
10. Okay. All right.
I rolled
digits.
a nat 1.
Ah, that makes more sense. Okay.
No.
So,
You killed us all.
Nobody's dead.
all right. So you guys make your way into the mountains. That's that. Cool. Roll up new characters. I'm kidding. So, as you guys are traveling into the mountains, and find yourselves more or less wandering around aimlessly, those of you who are having more trouble, like, moving around the rugged terrain are understanding that Illiken thinks she might have picked up a trail, or at least believes she has, and is traveling with it, but there's not really much of a trail that any of you can see. And it's about 30 minutes to travel before you eventually stop yourself from going any farther, as whatever trail you were following has kind of
Gone.
well, I wouldn't say gone, but it's leading you to a dead end. Illiken, I'm gonna have you make me a nature check as well.
Okay.
That's what I'll do, yeah.
Well,
A 12. Okay. So, as you're kind of I'm trying to think of how to word this the best.
I'll be back.
Okay. Because, like,
How screwed are we?
well,
Probably very.
it depends.
I'm not even the best out of my tribe, y'all.
Oh, yeah. You got that right. But,
I mean, at one point, my parents were literally chieftain and chieftain's wife. So.
So, in this area, you're not exactly sure what tracks you've been following, but you have been following some tracks. Though they were kind of hard to see earlier for anybody paying attention. Like, they're not really like tracks for you to find, but you did manage to find some tracks. What stops you is two things: a dead end, and what looks like a piece of like sinew, I guess technically, like some kind of meat that is on the ground in front of you. That seems to have probably like fallen off of a carcass that might have been carried through this way. It's hard to tell. You're not exactly sure what this meat is though. Like there's no way of telling.
Can I eat it?
You want to eat it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ew.
It smells bad.
Give it
Like
a lick.
it smells really bad. Do you
Ew.
still want to eat it?
No.
Aria.
Okay.
No.
So you have the intrusive thought and pick up the meat, but before you can put it in your mouth, you take a whiff and realize that's a bad idea.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the meat does kind of like stick to your fingers a bit too. It's really disgusting. But it's at this point that those of you who are paying attention to their surroundings begin to hear moving from around you
I
and
pull out my
realize
gun.
that what's that?
Pull out my gun.
Yeah, your gun is out, and you realize that you've probably been following something very not meant to be here. Also, where the fuck is Starry?
He said he'd be back.
What an asshole. Nah, that's fine. Yeah. So with the gun drawn, and as you were kind of like looking around at the noises that are being made from around some of the cliff sides you had already passed, as well as in the kind of dead end area that you were making your way towards, you see a number of pretty large undead
Sorry, Jack.
creatures making their way like just from around the corners, and you realize at this point you are surrounded.
I would like to
I need everyone to
apply
roll
my gun.
initiative.
Take that
Okay.
I swear my
Uh,
terrible rolls. That
what'd you
was a
say?
Setup.
shit.
Vales?
I want to shoot, but
This is initiative.
alright. $14.
I rolled a 20.
Great. If also anybody who is on alchemy, if you can throw your initiatives up there, I can rearrange them now, which will be really helpful.
I fucking lucky rolled and I got one more.
Rip.
I got 8.
Give me a second. I'll get your.
I
Hang
got
on.
5.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Also, what is happening? I was gone for like 2 minutes.
You followed some strange creatures that are, you realize at this point, are undead, like, giants and trolls that are up here.
Also,
In
Aria
the-
almost
in the
ate
where?
rotting flesh. So.
In the,
fantastic.
Goliath Tribelands.
My homeland.
Oh, so we're not in the main area yet.
No, you guys are...
Okay.
Okay. So, who rolled 20 or higher?
I rolled 20.
Okay.
Undead and trolls or undead trolls?
Undead giants and trolls. Ari with 17.
Both undead.
Vale, you said you had a 14?
Yeah.
You know, there's an actual initiative button, the two of you.
I don't have.
There's a
it's not
roll
broken.
initiative button.
Yeah, it'll add you to the initiative tracker.
It's your mom!
It'll
It's
roll
not
a
giving
die
me the
that
option.
isn't on my character sheet.
Yeah.
Always do.
Astaroth, how did you roll for initiative?
Okay, so I'm on desktop, and it appealed above, and there's this button that appealed above my like character thing with my hit points are tracked.
Oh, it's probably because you were all in the game before the encounter was initiated. That's fine. I'll just keep track of it on the side too.
I mean, you could always just prompt us for initiative again.
No, I can't. I have to I'd have to close initiative and then bring it up again. It's fine. Really quick then. I don't have... Illiken, what was your initiative?
An 8.
An 8?
Am I last again?
No, Zalin is. Sorry, what was your initiative?
At this many.
A 10? Okay.
My finger's black. I've been
Pretty close
doing
to last.
too many markers.
You're close to last, Illiken, but you are not actually last. Okay.
Yeah.
So, there are a total of 5 of these creatures, by the way, around you. Just so you know how many there are. 2 that are blocking your escape, and the 3 in front of you that have surrounded you in this small little complex area. This entire battle as well is going to be difficult terrain for those of you who are not from mountainous terrains or are not immune to it. Which is effectively everybody except Illiken.
Be right back.
Astaroth, you are first.
Alright, what do I see?
You see these strange undead creatures that, getting a good look at what Arya picked up, she almost put part of their body in her mouth. Which would have
Nice.
been really bad. But you see there are 3 of these creatures coming from the direction you were heading, and 2 that are now behind you from the direction you came. They are very large, towering over Illiken.
Shit. Alright.
What's the plan?
Honestly, we need to use holy magic until I can cleanse them.
I'm just gonna be like, here, I have some holy magic. I pull out my wand of fireballs. How many of them can I get in one fireball?
3 or 2,
Right?
your choice.
3.
Wait,
Alright,
could
Go for
I
it.
I'll get the 2 then.
do that with holy magic?
what's that?
Excuse me?
Could I potentially imbue the wand? It is a wand, right?
Wand
Yes.
of fireballs, yes.
Since it technically counts as a weapon, could I imbue it with magic? Mm. Is it channel divinity or?
It's your Channel Divinity is a number of features that expends your use of Channel Divinity. By the way, that's a 16, a 14, and a 9 for the deck saves.
DC 16.
So 1 saved. Okay.
Yep.
Illiken, I don't think your Channel Divinities can do that, no.
It's I've done it
24
before. I did it
damage.
with Caroline.
You said 24?
Yeah, 2-4.
Okay, so for the first one, so that's 12, and 6. Okay. It's at this point you do get to learn they are resistant to fire.
Why?
So they're not resistant to my fire.
They would not be, no.
Why
but-
do you give everything fire resistance?
I didn't.
They're undead.
These are not something I created. Okay. Is that the Oh wait, it wasn't even Goran's turn, it was Astaroth's turn.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I was
cool.
very confused for a minute.
Yeah, I am too. Well,
Oh,
I'll come back to that. Astaroth, you're first.
How far away are they from me?
They would have had to have been probably about 40 feet.
All of them?
Well, yeah, depending on where you were. So you're either closer to the front of the pack or closer to the back of the pack. But yes, the closest ones would be 40 feet.
40 feet, okay.
You do notice that Goran is whipping out that wand of fireballs. So if you wanted to wait for them to get closer, you could hold your action instead.
I will go ahead and use my bonus action for Divine Favor.
Okay.
And then I'll hold my action.
All right, you'll hold your attacks. Good to know. Goran, you've cast your fireball. You understand they are resistant to fire now. You still have a bonus action.
Nice. Is there anyone with a bonus action to hide?
Potentially. It's rocky terrain, and you can potentially find a space to, like, cover yourself and block point of view. To do so, you probably have to become prone, but it is possible, yes.
No, you gotta give that fireball sneak attack.
It doesn't work like that. Yeah, if you're willing to risk it, you may.
I don't want to go prone. That'll just give you advantage on attacks.
Only melee attacks.
Yeah, disadvantage on ranged.
Yeah, but they seem to be melee.
Yeah, giant mauls, yeah. Mauls and clubs and shit. Big stuff.
Why would they swing shit?
You don't know. Is that in your turn, Goran?
I already fireballed.
Yep.
Yeah, it's in my turn.
Okay, Arya.
I'm about to change y'all's motherfucking minds.
Yeah?
Ooh, I don't like having my mind changed.
Animal shapes.
What are you doing?
Who wants to be elephants?
Are you using polymorph? Oh shit.
I do not.
Okay, wait, can I
I
still
don't.
cast spells?
Nope. Well, you don't know actually. Arya, is this polymorph?
This is animal shapes.
What is animal shapes?
It's an 8th level spell.
Does it technically count as a polymorph?
Give me 1 second, I gotta look this shit up now. Oh, others plural. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, so any number of willing creatures that you can see within range and transform them into a large or smaller beast with a challenge rating of 4 or lower, so an elephant works. So, so you can target everybody, and then who's willing is what I'll ask.
Me.
Who said me?
I did.
Illikin, you are now an elephant. Goran, are you willing?
Sure.
Goran, you are now an elephant.
Nice.
Look up those stat blocks. Anybody else?
I kind of want to do a fireball, so I won't be an elephant.
I
Okay.
have a gun to use.
Okay, so just 2 elephants. All right. That's still 2 elephants in 1 turn. That's a good spell. I like that spell.
Could somebody link me to the thingy for the elephant?
Just Google elephant 5e. Starry, do you want to be an elephant? Starry.
Huh?
Arya just turned 2 people into an elephant. If you want to, you can be an elephant too.
Oh.
No. Okay. Done.
Is the roll 20 website fine?
Yeah, it's
I
fine. It's
I don't
5e.
want to be an elephant.
You do not?
How do I-
Good to know.
I don't think. Well, one, I don't think I can concentrate on spells if I'm an elephant.
You can.
Oh, I can.
You just can't smite.
Maybe.
And it is also, it is shape-changing, so that might... I think you might be immune.
The effect says shape changing. So
Yeah, it is a shape-changing effect.
Does it hinder my ability to cast spells, though?
You don't know. And you already said you are, and you said you were willing, so yes. You're like, oh, I get to
I
be
was
an
looking at it
elephant?
as,
Fuck
like-
yeah!
I could potentially deal radiant damage as an elephant, but I don't know if that would technically qualify because it means it says my weapon attack. I don't think using elephant stuff is that weapon attack.
So that's a no. Alright.
Oh no, it says melee weapon attack is gore and stomp.
They are considered weapon attacks, but not for the sake of well,
These are a weapon.
It says it's a melee weapon.
they
It's
are
a
natural weapon. They are natural weapons, yeah.
You can deal radiant damage with them.
So divine favor would
Elephant
attack,
smite.
but I
Well-
wouldn't be able to smite.
You wouldn't be able to smite, and you don't know for sure. You don't know for certain. Like, as a character, you don't know for certain. You can do it now and learn the lesson, or you can...
Nah, I prefer being able to smite.
Alright, cool. So we have 2 elephants. Illikin and Goran are now both elephants.
Does that
Nice.
include me?
Do you want to include yourself?
Yeah.
Then yes.
3 elephants.
Nice.
Now, do note, Arya, this is not your wild shape. This is a separate effect, so you do not keep your mental stats. You are using the entire stat block of the elephant.
Based.
Cool.
Rip.
All right. So that's the end of Arya's turn, unless you have an elephant bonus action. You can toot your snoot as a bonus action.
How far away are they?
40 feet.
Damn, I can trampling charge maybe?
You have
But
to
I
make
don't-
it. You have to be able to make an attack. You've already used your action.
Right, I just read that. Okay.
All right. So
Yeah, I toot my horn.
all right, you're done. Valeth, you're up.
Gun.
Yes, the echoing shot rings throughout the cavernous walls.
I'm shooting twice.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
You're shooting at some of the 3 that are damaged in front of you, or the 2 behind.
One of the ones that's damaged.
You gotcha. There's 2 that have taken more damage than the others.
Okay, I rolled a 2 and a 15. So, one of them is a 9, one of them is a 22.
2 is misfire, isn't it?
No.
Oh, good.
I think misfire is 1. Yeah, misfire is 1.
Perfect.
Ah.
Yeah, you're good then. What was the first one?
A 22.
22 hits. What's the other one?
9.
9 misses.
Yeah, okay.
But you do hit the 22.
Okay. 10 plus 7 is 13. Plus 10 is 23. Plus arcane jolt.
And this is a magical weapon, correct?
Yes.
All right, it is not resistant.
35 points of damage.
Yeah, that hurt. It felt all of that, and it is not happy with you. Okay. Is there anything else you want to do?
No.
No? Okay. No bonus
Actually,
action?
I cast Sanctuary on myself.
Alright, and where's your familiar in this?
Next to me.
You got it. Alright. That's the end of your turn. Now it is their turn. They do not have difficult terrain in this. So Astaroth, you will get your reaction attacks because you held your action. They begin to charge towards your group. I'll let you do yours first, though, Astaroth. As they get closer, there's the one that's really damaged you can probably start picking off as well. Go ahead and make your attack. Astaroth?
It's my turn? Okay.
No, it's not your turn. It's
okay.
your reaction attack because you held your action.
Okay. I attack.
All right.
Whichever was closest.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll attack my two-handed war.
All right. You two-handing it? All right.
Sorry, not two-handed.
Gotcha. One-handing it. All right.
Did a 25 hit?
25 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Right, give me. I'm going to use a 4th level smite.
This is a magical weapon, right?
Yes.
Then, yeah. Okay. Do roll the damage separately, though, because, and this is what you'll learn, they are vulnerable to Radiant. So what's the bludgeoning damage first?
The bludgeoning is 12. It's magical bludgeoning.
Right, okay. So 12 makes... Okay. And then the radiant damage, roll that, double it.
Okay. One moment. So that would be 5d8 for Divine Smite, right?
Correct.
1d8 plus... Yeah. 35 is what is that before doubling.
35 before doubling?
Yes.
So that's
70.
70.
So you watch as the first strike strikes into this creature, the radiant energy that just erupts from your warhammer fucking disintegrates half of his body. The maul that it carried falls clambering to the ground, and his bottom half of his body runs forward a little bit, trips, and falls lifeless.
Hey,
If
I go,
its
hey,
undead wasn't already lifeless.
shut up.
All of you say
radiant.
that. All of you see all of that. Which means
Use
the information.
radiant.
Which hilariously is what Illican said too. So that was that. So now it's the other Bone Crusher's turns.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying I
Okay.
love her names.
So,
You have an elder?
you've known about these. That's why. So it's metagame knowledge that you were. Okay.
Is
I
there?
remember that
is there an elder?
Mm,
Illican metagaming over here.
for shame.
How would that be metagaming though? Because that is
These are not natural.
reasonable common knowledge.
No. These are not
We've dealt with
natural.
undead before.
You have done with undead before. Not all undead are vulnerable to radiant, though it is understood that some are vulnerable to radiant. It does make sense. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's not metagaming. That's just using knowledge that your character would have.
Yep,
It's
fair enough.
reasonable that we would
I
have
take
it.
it back. But also, Illican, fuck you. We'll say since there's two of you in the back, we'll say
I love you too.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Let's do this then. Astaroth, you took out the one that was going for you. Goran didn't hide, so that's one on you. Arya, you're an elephant too, so it's gonna be another one on you. That's the two in the front. In the back, we will have one on the big elephant, Illican, and the other one on Starry. So first is gonna be against Goran. That's that's a 10 and a 21.
10 does not hit. The 21 hits.
I figured that 21 would hit for a total of. Oh, I need more d6s. Hang on.
Never a good sign.
How about some damage, Doc?
Okay, that's not bad at all. So that's gonna be 16 points of bludgeoning damage
Ew.
to
Nice.
Goran. Next up is against Arya. That's going to be an 11 and a 21.
The 21 hits.
All right. $15 points of bludgeoning damage to you. Against Starry, that is a 20 and a 22.
22 hits, 20 does not.
You got it. Starry, you take 17 points of bludgeoning damage.
IG?
What?
IG?
And last but not least, Illican. Oh! Okay, solid. That's gonna be a 23 and a 24 to hit.
They hit. I am an elephant.
Yeah. So that's 15 makes 19 for the first hit. And 20 for the second. God, these elephants do, or these they do not like you specifically. You are the bigger
No, they
elephant,
don't.
honestly.
They just halved my health in one instance.
You are the biggest elephant. All right, Starry, you're up. And they have closed the
Right.
distance.
Where are giants?
Where are giants?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Oh,
What
where are they?
giants?
There's one against each of the two elephants in front of you, so you have some space from them. There's one right in front of you, and it just smacked you with a big fuck off maul. And the other one just beat the fuck out of the other elephant that you know is Illican.
Okay.
Literally half your party is elephants.
If I do
blow my drum-
transformation, I get my second like a bonus attack next round.
Yes.
Ah, it's so stupid. boom. Yeah, I feel a little small, so I'm gonna cast Tensor's Transformation on myself.
Okay. Tensor's transformation takes effect, and everybody watches as Starry fucking bulks up. Almost, fucking. If anybody's ever seen Dragon Ball Z, Starry just says Kaioken, and it's over. All right, there you go. You've now bulked up. You can no longer cast spells, but you have advantage on attack rolls and all the other extra bullshit that comes with it.
50 temporary health. There we go.
God damn, yeah.
That comes with it.
Yeah, no, it's a
Right.
good spell. No bonus action, but that'll be the end of your turn, yes?
Yes.
All right. You are now fronting on a bone crusher. Illikin, you're an elephant. Go.
Bone.
Bonk.
Bonk.
Tries making elephant noises.
I'm going to stomp
Okay. Stomp. Go for it.
the nearest one next to me.
Yep. That'd be the one that just beat the fuck out of you.
It's a d20, right?
Yeah. You roll to hit, add the to hit modifier. It's a d20 plus the to hit modifier. And then if it hits, you follow the rest.
Oh, also, you know what's
That's
kind of
25
funny?
to hit.
25 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. What's funny?
This massive fuck off elephant has advantage on hide.
Has a...
If I put my
what?
hood up, you would have disadvantage.
You can't benefit from magic items that you wear whenever you're in wild chip like that.
22
No. Oh, well,
Bludgeoning?
wild chip I can, yeah.
Yeah, bludgeoning damage.
In your specific hybrid wild shape, you can. In other wild shapes, you cannot. Unless it would fit the form, normally. What'd you say, Illikin?
That is 22 for damage.
22 points of damage, yeah. That hits. It's not magical, so it is reduced to half. Alright. Anything else on your turn?
Wow. Why? What? Elephants can't do magic, though.
Nope.
Wisdom is literally 11 plus 0. and
That sounds
charisma
about right.
6 minus 2.
Yep.
Well, I don't have a bonus action, so yes, that's it.
Okay. Oh, I think I... No, yeah, I didn't. Never mind. Zalin.
If it was prone, I could. But
Hooray!
You can get a fireball. You can target the two that's against the back end with you, or you can target the two against the front end. Two elephants over there.
Cool. What? Who's currently getting their ass kicked hardest?
Illikin in the back,
Fantastic.
and she didn't really do shit to this
Well,
to the giant beside her too.
I think
What
you
I'm gonna
can
do
tell.
is I'm gonna send Gecko off to start strafing, and I'll cast Dragon's Breath for him.
Okay, that's your bonus action to cast Dragon's Breath, right?
Yep.
Targeting him, easy enough. And we'll get to his turn later.
And I will just use my yield longsword on the big old man trying to hurt this Illikin.
Okay, it is magical damage, right?
Yeah, the plus
Alright.
2.
Easy enough. Then go ahead and make your attacks. You get 3 of them.
Fantastic. Well, the first one's a miss. There's
Solid.
an at 1.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Second one is a 21.
Yeah, hits. And then third attack.
Third one is a 19.
Still hits. Roll damage for 2 attacks. Yeah,
Sweet.
with that first attack, you go in to swing, and as the maul's like coming back, you have to kind of almost parry the attack away from you. You're realizing you are fighting amongst giants. You are very small, and you could just very easily become collateral damage. But nevertheless, you push through and succeed in 2 more swipes.
Both of the swipes did 10 damage.
Each? Or together?
Yeah.
Each, okay.
Each.
Alright, yeah. Swish, swish. If only you had that stab.
I know.
Alright, that's your
Anywho.
action, bonus action. Next up is Gecko. Who is
Gecko
going to
is
use
going
his
to-
action to fucking across the field. So he's gonna Dragon's Breath the two that are against you, Illikin, and Starry.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll damage. Are those deck saves?
Yeah, that's a deck save.
Yeah, this is fire damage from a spell you cast, so it does also gain your benefit.
I'm aware.
That's a failure, and I'm pretty sure 13 is also a failure.
Yep, you needed to make a 17.
Yeah, they couldn't.
Total
Well, they
damage is 15 fire.
15 points of fire damage. Okay. So that's...
And now I am... Well, I technically already did for the Dragon's Breath
Yeah.
on a technicality, but I got that fire aura on me.
Yeah, so now you are glowing with fire. Anything that hits you takes fire damage. Alright.
Yeah.
At the end of your turn?
That'll be my turn.
Great. Astaroth, you're up. Top of the round.
Alright, how far away are some of them?
One is...
What-
Well, you could very easily, like, move 10, which would be 20 feet of your movement, but you can move 10 feet over and start attacking the giant that would be assaulting Arya. Or the
I'll
one
do
assaulting
that.
Goran, your choice.
I'll do the one that's assaulting... Well, they're both elephants. I'll do the one that's assaulting whoever I think Arya is. You're free to choose which one that is.
Easy enough. Alright, I got this. Go ahead and make your attacks.
That's a... I got a natural 20.
Yeah, that... Alright, kill it.
That'll work.
What spell slot do you expend and why?
Might Slaw.
I know what I
Oh.
said. A third level? So really quick, just to do some general damage for this, it's a D8 plus your strength, which is 5, correct? Or is it 4?
My strength is 4.
Okay, so you'll roll 1d8 and add 12 to that. That's your bludgeoning damage. Plus whatever other modifiers your Warhammer gets, like +1, +2, whatever. And then your radiant damage, because it's a third level. Let's just clear this out. That's 8 times 4.
Okay,
Which
give
is
me 1
80
second, let me do the bludgeoning
times
real
2.
quick, and then...
Don't fucking worry about it.
It
Right?
dies.
Because with the max damage alone, not including anything else, you fucking kill it.
So 1d4 plus 1d8 plus 1d... 48 is my base, plus whatever.
Well, I'm not even worried about that. The
first one-
48
The first
is-
one's top half exploded. This one's entirety exploded.
Yeah, you literally annihilated this thing, leaving behind only what was left of its, like, warped and busted up maul.
Oh, and...
For reference, by the way, 8 times 4 is 32. And multiply that by 2, it's 64. Plus the 12 damage base you'd be doing is enough to kill.
Okay. And can I still have one other attack, right?
Yep, and you could arguably get to the next one, yes.
Alright, so then I'll attack the next.
Yeah.
Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
28 to hit,
That hits. Go and roll damage.
11 magical blood.
Yeah, 11. So 11 magical bludgeoning?
Yeah.
Okay, and then how much radiant? 48.
Once again, doing a full double,
Yep, I knew you would be. That's why I said 48.
$25, double,
So 50.
that's 50.
Yeah, that sucked, but he is still up.
Ow.
Alright.
Yeah, he felt that, and yeah. Not happy with you. Goran. Oh, wait, Illikin, or, Astaroth, was there anything else? You used your aura for something, right?
My what?
Did you cast a bonus action spell last turn?
I did 2 turns. I did last turn.
Okay, so it's null or is it? You already calculated that,
It-
right?
Yeah, that was the 1d4.
Oh, 1d4 radiant. You added that to the.
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
that was an additional bonus that I got.
You know your shit.
so- Yeah, no.
Okay.
Nice.
Next up, they're in the score. Or Astaroth, do you have any bonus action now or no?
I will take the silence.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Goran, you're up.
Reaction, make elephant noise.
Yep, you may.
I can't cast spells.
Bonk
Can I,
him.
can I? Pardon?
You can bonk.
Welcome to the
yes.
world of Unga Bunga.
The world of Unga Bunga. You know what? I kind of want to embrace elephant,
Go
but
for
I
it.
also want to. Can I like gore or can I stop one of the fuckers?
Yeah, there's only one more in front of you now. But yes,
Nice.
you may stomp at him. Go for it.
I'm like gingerly like walk up to it, make an elephant noise, stomp him.
Well, you'd be stomping on his foot because he's still bigger than you when you're an elephant.
He is.
He is.
Squish them toes.
I
Not
just
by
read
much, but he is.
Nice. 3d10 bludgeoning damage. Actually, 1d20 plus 8 to hit. It's an 18 hit.
An 18 does hit. Roll damage.
$24 damage.
24 points of damage. Not bad. Reduced to half. Because he's
Aw.
resistant.
Well,
Which is still 12. Which is still enough to kill.
Nice.
So as you like go
Yeah.
in for that stomp, you stomp at him and then just begin to trample on top of him, crushing the remaining bones of his body.
Make another elephant noise.
Yeah, you absolutely make another elephant noise. Easy enough. That is an elephant noise of pride, is what that is. All right, that's the end of Goran's turn. Arya,
I'm going to gore him.
this one's on the ground, or are you gonna try to make your way over to the other ones?
The other ones.
It is difficult terrain, so you'd have to dash. You wouldn't get to attack this turn.
What? Who's on the ground?
The dead one.
Okay. Yeah.
is it more than 20 feet away from Arya? As an elephant has a movement speed of 40.
Because of the size of everything? I guess. Actually, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, if they have a speed of 40,
Then you
yeah,
can
they
do
can
a trampling charge and get 2 attacks off potentially.
You have to spend the full movement of 40 feet. You cannot trampling charge in this. The environment's too
Well,
difficult.
Trampling charge is you move at least 20 feet and
Oh.
can make an attack.
Then yes, you may
If
trampling
it's
charge.
not prone, then bonus action you may stop.
Yes, you may.
I can read.
So Arya, because your movement speed is actually 40, not 30, you would be able to get to him, and if you want to make a trampling charge, you may.
Elefante.
12 to hit.
A 12 misses. Well, you tried. You go and try to like get that. You make the elephant noise and rush up to try to get that trampling charge, stumbling in the rocky terrain as you get closer. When you eventually get closer and try to throw him over, he kind of like uses the whatever like glaive maul thing that he has and shoves your like tusks downward and tries to and just like rips you off of him. There's no puncture, no impact. It's very dissatisfying.
Dang.
Angry elephant noises ensue. That's the end of Arya's turn.
Mug him.
Valeth. Because there is an elephant and a starry in your way, these are not within 5 feet of you, so you do not have any kind of penalty or disadvantage.
Was I supposed to have a penalty last round?
No, because they were away from you. The point is, they're close enough now, like 5 feet, but because all of your other party members are forming a wall, I'm just letting you know that you have no penalties.
Okay.
Like
Well.
clack.
Shoot one of the wounded ones twice.
Yeah, there's one that's actually really wounded. Thanks to,
You're welcome.
yeah. Well, no, that
Okay.
one, you've taken care of the other 3 ahead, so that's not even...
That's a 13 and a 17.
Thanks, Alan. 13 and a 17. The 13 misses, the 17 hits.
Cool. 25 points of damage.
Fuck me. Yeah, you came here, you weren't ready, you weren't gonna fuck around. With the impact, there's actually almost like an arcane burst of energy as it ruptures through what's left of any kind of torso that this, like, troll thing had. And as you do, it, like, stumbles backwards and falls to the ground. Illic, and you no longer have, the thing in front of you.
Cool. I cast Sanctuary on myself and end my turn.
Sanctuary's up. Starry, you're up. Or no, this is not Starry. My apologies. It's the Bone Crusher,
Damn
the
it.
last one
Fuck,
alive.
Damn it.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, he's going after you.
Grr. Fine.
So that's a 18, which misses you, and a 22.
Do I get any more armor class with that? No.
I don't think so.
I have advantage on attack rolls that make with a simple or martial weapon. Is this a weapon?
This is the weapon. You're not making an attack roll. I am.
Oh, that you make. I have proficiency with all that. This makes sense.
I'm rolling damage.
I don't make a saving throw, do I?
Nope. No, not yet.
Okay, fine.
So you take that's
It does hit, yes.
16 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you'll have to make a concentration check because I'm pretty sure the spell is concentration.
It is concentration.
So make a Constitution saving throw. Luckily, that only dips into your temp hit points first, but you still make the con save.
Yes. How much is the con save?
Half or 10, whichever is higher. So in this case, it's 10.
Okay.
Unless you're talking about, you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
10.
You succeed. You maintain concentration on Tensor's transformation.
Look at roll that motherfucker.
Yeah. Okay. So, that's the end of the Bone Crusher's turn. Star, you're up.
Yay.
Get him.
I whip out my fucking magical hammer. My
Yeah.
Warhammer +2.
Where the fuck
I
did you
whack
even
him
get
over the
that
bonker.
thing?
Throat. Like, actually in the head like this.
Alright, you bonk. Alright, go for the bonk.
It's a +2, which means attack roll +2.
Yep. It's a d20 plus 2 plus your strength.
Oh, plus my strength.
Yeah, it's a strength attack.
Strength, nothing. So 13.
13 misses, so your first bonk is a miss. You whiff, but you have advantage. You rolled with advantage, right?
Now, okay, that's 20.
20
That's the
hits.
first one.
20
With
hits.
disadvantage.
Go ahead and roll damage. Are you you're two-handing this Warhammer, I'm assuming, yeah? Because you went for the bonk?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so it's a two-handed, so it's a d10.
It
Plus
says 1d10 plus 2. I don't know why it says
Yeah.
in column.
Well, that's right.
There's 2 of them. Yeah.
So it's
It's,
because the d8 is
1d
one-handed, the d10 is two-handed.
2. But because of Tense Transformation, there's additional damage.
Yep.
Which is... 2d12.
Yeah, so go ahead and add 2d12 to that.
R2d12. That's 4 plus a 5.
So
That's
9.
9.
Plus your damage for the weapon, which is what?
Plus, no, it's just 9, everything together.
Oh,
I
total.
rolled terrible.
Jesus.
A 2, a 3, and a 2 plus 2, which is 9.
Damn. Yeah, 9 points of damage. It's a very unsatisfying bonk. Like, you almost like, boom, and it just slides off his face, bringing some of the, like, undead tissue along with it. And you're like,
Chris,
oh, that
do it
was
again.
unsatisfying. Do you have an extra attack?
I do.
Yeah, go ahead and make your second attack with advantage.
D20 plus 2. That's a 4. I can do twice, so 1d20. 2.
How much damage would it take?
Fucking what is happening? I'm lucky rolling that.
Okay.
Fucking 10.
A 10. Total?
Yeah.
Miss.
Unfortunately, yes, I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Also
I rolled
a
a
miss.
2, a 2, and an 8. I've never rolled worse.
And it's a strength-based weapon. Oh, you'll add your proficiency bonus to that hit, by the way.
My pro.
Because you are proficient with the martial weapon while in Senzo transformations. You have to separately... If you're looking at your character sheet, you're not proficient normally. Because you're casting the spell, you'll add your proficiency bonus separately. So it's actually 15, which just hits.
Thank God.
The lucky roll does actually matter because the spell gives you proficiency in the weapon.
Then it's 1d10 plus 2.
Yep. Plus 2d12.
9 plus 13, which is 24.
24.
Right? Wait. No. Wait. 13
22.
plus 9. 22. I messed up. 22.
All
22
right.
points of damage.
Yeah, so with that second, when you bring the hammer back and swing down, and you actually hear a lot of a nice, like, satisfying crunch sound to the impact. And as you remove the hammer away, the creature's still up, and its skull is thoroughly caved in, but it is not done fighting.
I need to work out more, even with this additional strength.
Yeah. All right, that's the end of Starry's turn. Illiken, you're an elephant.
Charge, 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 charge.
Can't charge, you're right next to it.
Drat.
Shit, shit, shit.
Shit, fuck, shit, fuck, shit, fuck, shit.
What you doing, Illiken?
On
Let
the
me try
bunga.
gore this time. Roll the hit. With the 22.
That hits. Roll damage.
Um, 3d8 plus 6. Awesome. That's 20. Half is 10.
It's 10 points of damage. Not bad. You gore into it, and you've got some of that kind of disgusting sinew on the tusks now. Almost like a blackish ichor.
Gross.
All right.
Ew.
That's the end of your
No.
turn. Zalin.
Alright, what's left?
One dude. He's... I'd say he's looking rough, but you really can't tell. His skull is caved in, but he's still fighting.
I see, I see. Would be something decent. Yeah, let's just go sword.
Okay. Go, power sword. Ah, shit, I missed the opportunity. Go, power longsword. Fuck me.
That is a 21
Hits.
first. A natural 20 for the second.
Miss? I'm kidding.
And a 18 for the third.
A what?
18.
All three hit. Roll this independently, though.
Yeah, alright. First one is 8 plus 8, 16.
Yeah, it felt that. Which means the natural
The-
20 fucking kills.
Yay!
And that last
His
stab,
16 is the
it was
base.
swish, swish, and it was really unsatisfying. So then you were like, fuck it, stab. As it goes down, and then you manage, it just falls to the ground. Your familiar continuing to burn it as it goes by, just because it can, and it's a rowdy it's a rowdy little shit. But you managed to defeat the last colossal undead thing that is assaulting your party.
Yay!
Illiken.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the bodies themselves, the trolls are not natural, like, in this region. But some of the giants are. Though their undeadness is not normal, not natural. Also not something you recognize.
Something I
Always present.
recognize.
Well, undead creatures are not natural in this area at all. In fact, necromancy itself isn't even a natural school of magic. It's just considered one
No.
because it's prominent. But
Yeah.
as far as this goes, these creatures, while they aren't familiar to you in any historical sentiment, the giants that are here could have been natural to the land before they were converted into the undead abominations that you see before you.
Just from looking at them, would I be able to tell how long they've been dead for?
Make me a medicine check.
18.
18. Yeah, just medicine. 18. So, looking at their corpses, parts of their bodies are rotting off, but these things haven't existed in this fashion, let alone in this area. You don't know how long, but they are not more than, like, dead past a couple of weeks.
What happened a couple of weeks ago? This in
Right.
campaign time.
In campaign time, you don't know. You weren't on the continent.
Oh, that's fair.
Zalin was.
What the?
But Zalin, even you're a little confused at the fact that these things are no more than weeks old.
Considering
This is
the
concerning.
only thing I knew to be powerful enough to make undead like this could be dead.
Could be an
Little
undead
concerning.
themselves.
It was a lich.
Technically, liches are undead, so.
Yeah.
Do you think we should, like, bring these bodies to wherever they came from?
I think
Yeah,
they
but
should
we
just
need
be
to
burned
protect
and
them
left.
from being brought back again.
Also, to be fair,
I
you
am
only
not
have 3
an
and a
elephant
half.
anymore, right?
If you want to end the elephant, you may end the elephant.
Okay.
You don't want to describe
an
this
elephant
scene in
anymore.
elephant noises?
Also, Arya, for future reference, that is concentration, so whenever you take damage, you need to make a con save. I didn't know
Okay.
until I just looked at the spell.
Oops. Let me see what magic I can do. Shoot. I don't have my speak with dead prepared. Otherwise, I would be able to ask them what happened. So if we can protect them for a day, I can prepare the spell the next day, and we can ask them.
I mean,
I could ask
Zalin.
them.
Yeah, I think it potentially might be worth it, but what information are we really going to get out of them?
Potentially whether or not my tribe is even still alive.
I mean, I think it's a little early to be like, your tribe is dead.
I mean, I know my
Yeah.
my tribe is full of very strong individuals, but we're not an immune species to this, whatever this is.
Yeah. I mean,
Zalin, make an Arcana check.
Arcana?
Yep.
Uh, 21.
21. The bodies themselves were somewhat rotted already before the transformation happened from bodies or corpses to undead in their state that they are today. This transformation is probably what happened no more than like a couple of weeks ago, but these bodies, they were like they were killed in some fashion, but the wounds that they had were mortal before you found them. Like they were already dead before this transformation could have happened. Meaning somebody raised them in this fashion after the fact.
Possible they
I'll
killed
go
them
ahead and
first.
relay that.
It is possible that they were killed first by whoever turned them, seeing as how they've only been dead for a couple of weeks. But we can't tell how long they've been undead for.
That's what Dallin was
Unfortunately,
telling.
there's no indicator for
Well,
that.
Dallin was just confirmed that they were undead for probably about they were undead a week after they had died, essentially.
What? Well, I mean, undead can naturally occur, can't they? Like if a body isn't properly buried or something.
Not that you're aware
An
of.
undead occurring is always of some magical instance, whether the magic of the land corrupts the bodies or someone brings them back.
On that notion, as far as the divine go, none of the gods of the pantheon you're familiar with bring back the dead, aside from the goddess of life or the god of life. But even then, the
That
god
one
of
doesn't
life
make zombies.
wouldn't bring zombies. They would bring back those from the dead.
Yeah.
I'm just saying maybe we should go give them back to the tribe so they can bury them themselves.
Absolutely. We just need to find them first. I want to
Given the
prepare
time
bodies
frame
to
it
make
might
sure that
take
they
to
aren't
find
going
them,
to.
I think the best way to
leave,
make sure
like-
these guys don't re-come back is to just burn them and leave them as ash.
Well,
At the very
I
least, they'll
have
have some type of proper burial that way.
That is it. Why do I keep losing all of the spells that I need? I swear, some of my spells have been removed entirely.
Yeah, because I'm not subscribed to D&D Beyond anymore. So you lost access to all the spells that I paid for.
That's fair and true.
We've been through this.
Well, I didn't know which ones were or weren't the ones that you paid for, but it looks like
Good call.
Well, you'll have to look through it another time.
Appears that one spell that I had to protect deceased bodies.
Grim Repose.
Oh.
It's a second level spell ritual.
I only have Gentle Repose.
That's what I meant. Gentle Repose should be it.
Okay, I do have it prepared. I was just trying to find it and for some reason being stupid. Alright. It's only these 3 bodies. So 1, 2, 3. Let's see, what is. Yeah.
Are you expending a spell slot for the 3 bodies that remain, or are you spending 30 minutes doing this? Like, if you guys want to or need to, you can take a short rest and recuperate if you need to.
Well, it only takes an action to
cast, yes. I was asking if
Yeah.
you're ritual casting, it takes 10 minutes.
No, just Gentle Repose on each corpse.
Okay, go ahead and expend the 3 spell slots then.
And that's 3 pinches of salt and 6 pieces of copper.
Your arcane focus will function. But with the copper on top of their eyes and the ritual played out with the expansion of the spell, the corpses are now prevented from returning from the dead.
Can I wrap scraps of fabric over their eyes to keep the
coins in place? You may, yes. That could be a part of your process.
Because I don't want those falling out. I know that those are part of the spell.
One of them it's kind of hard to do because its skull was literally caved in. But with tying, like you like putting the copper coins on the eyes, and then a little cloth there, and then like a bigger rock on top of his face, it can hold it all together.
Wasn't that one also on fire?
I mean,
I also want to say a prayer in Goliath. Just not like a spell, just a prayer for them.
okay. You spend about another 3-4 minutes saying out your prayers and performing a small little ritual of remembrance. As you do, and as the energy begins to kind of coalesce around the 3 corpses, aspects of the constellation begin to kind of appear around them, and you feel your guarding ward hold tight on them. In addition to the coppers and everything holding themselves on top, or you've held them on them. You feel satisfied with the work you've done. All right. With that, what is you guys' next move?
We can go further into towards the tribes.
Yeah.
Well, you're kind of at a dead end right now. You'd have to backtrack a bit, but you guys can start making a survival check and try to get back on where you think you need to go.
I'm pretty good with survival. I got
I suck at survival.
+8. I got
Uh-huh.
+8. I can do it.
Uh,
Oh.
okay. I'll have okay. Starry, you've got the help action, or is that Starry and Goran?
I'll give the help action.
Okay, Starry, you have
Go give
advantage.
me- Alright. Check.
Your spell will end,
survival.
by the way.
Oh, that's fine. Survival 9 and then 27.
27. Taking a comparative guess from Illiken's own footprint, you begin to see similar, larger footprints as well, without the dragging sensation, almost. And you find a path that leads upwards and inwards towards the mountain that you can begin to kind of make your way around. As you do, it's another maybe hour and a half. Well, difficult terrain for all of you, so this is probably about 3 hours of travel that you'd have to go through just to get to any point of significance. And as you travel and try to keep an eye on the surrounding area, Arya, one thing that you would have noticed on your travels is that those undead creatures are not alone. Though they are few and far between, in your entire travels, you have seen like another 1 or 2 that would have been, like if it were 2, it would be grouped together, but yeah, we'll say 2. You see another 2 grouped together, wandering aimlessly, but they don't seem to notice you. Like, they are very unperceptive beings. Nevertheless, as you guys continue on your travel for another hour, Starry, leading the group, you find another area with what looks like a huge stone wall, with a series of like large boulders and almost like literally sides of a cliff that are put up as a barricade in the middle of this kind of path, which you realize is in fact a path with the mountain to your right and a drop-off cliff to your left, though more mountain rises up to meet the other end of this wall, and it is a complete stone barricade that blocks your path. Everyone else does see this, by the way, of course. But your trail leads up this way.
So
Is
there
there
is
like a
a
door?
blockage.
Make me a wisdom investigation check.
Can I find traps?
Is that
Cast.
the spell?
Yeah, cast find traps, yes.
Sure. Casting the spell. Well, let me read what Find Traps does exactly.
Are you?
So Find Traps sense any trap that is within line of sight. A trap for the purpose of the spell includes anything that would inflict sudden or unexpected effect you consider harmful or undesirable. which was specifically intended by such by its creator. So yeah, you notice that there is in fact a trap on the other side of this. You get the sense that there is, regardless of whatever Goran's check was going to be, because the spell slot was used, the center, like, stonework can lift up in place, or, like, it's, like, a little bit indented to the rest of the wall, and as it would lift up, other larger boulders would just fly down the cliffside in your direction if you're not careful.
I obviously told
Neat.
him.
You do know that the trap itself would have to be manually operated, which means somebody has to know you're there, and there's no cover in this area. So what you do next determines what happens.
I'm gonna stay out of the way.
Guess
of
you're
the
up,
trap.
Billiken.
At this point, you guys would be about maybe, I'd say you're about maybe like 60 to 70 feet away from this
Yeah.
as a group.
Okay. I'm not sure what I should do.
Say hi.
Yeah.
That's a big task. You know? Like it's a big task. I just go say hi, right? Yeah?
Do you begin to walk up?
I mean,
Uh,
the approach is probably the unnecessary part, but saying hi might, I don't know, help? Question mark.
should I use common? Should I use infernal? Should I use Goliath? What should I use?
Go ahead and use Goliath.
Okay. I begin my approach.
Okay. How
Trying to
close do
stay
you
calm
plan?
and-
So how close do you plan to get to this wall?
A respectable distance further than a spear.
Well, spear throw can range up to 60 feet if you've got the
Not
arm
spear
for it.
throw, but just like the length of a spear, you know?
So you want to get
just
up
a
close to
little
this
bit
wall,
longer.
like within 5 feet.
Oh, I should get close. Well, okay.
Okay. So as you begin to walk up towards this wall, are you doing it alone or is anybody following you?
I'll be
I
behind
don't
you.
know. Is
Chill
anybody
here.
following me?
Goran, you're following her?
Considering the nature
Yeah,
of what we're
okay.
trying to do here,
Alright, so
having a demon approach a wall probably isn't the best idea.
Alright, so Illiken and Goran, as the two of you begin your approach, you get maybe 40 feet away from this wall before the gate lifts up very suddenly and rocks begin to come your way. As this happens, I need you two to go ahead and make me this would be for the sake of this, it's
Get the hell out of the way, check.
you have to get the fuck out of the way, yeah. But it's also like, yeah, this would just be the dexterity saving throw. This would just be a dexterity saving throw for the both of you. I'm gonna need more d6s.
That one.
I already had more.
Can I have bonus action wild shape and bird? Just fly
You
up.
would have had to been prepared for that, which you didn't hold your action to do that. At the rate you were walking, you were walking up casually, not expecting harm.
My argument for that is, we expected a trap. We know there's a trap.
I
We've been
expected
informed
more.
there's a trap. Why would?
So, I made an act 20.
Okay, hang on. I'll get to that. You expected there's a trap. You know there's a trap, but you also were expecting conversation before the trap would have a chance to come out. In this instance, the trap is already coming down. Wild shape's not something you can use as a reaction in this instance. You can make a dex save, and then after the fact, you may.
Okay. After the fact, I will.
What'd you say?
After the fact, I will, I guess.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and make the deck save. And that 20 is helpful.
Then that one.
Yeah, it's just a
There's the
clean
other side of the
natural
spectrum.
20. There's no bonus. I have a +0, so it's just 20.
I have a +3.
Okay.
It's a
Best
4
I can
total.
So that's gonna be 37 points of damage to Goran and
Nice.
half to Illiken, which would be 18. The rest of you see this, and as you've been prepared, you can start running away and react to it. What do the rest of you want to do before you end up taking 10d6 damage?
I'm a fucking GTFO.
You just start running down the hill?
Cast.
I mean,
Get the
Yes.
fuck away.
more of
You said it was
going up
18
to
points
higher
of
ground
damage?
as best we can.
So yeah,
It is running
Valeth,
away,
you
yeah.
cast fly and grab your companion and dip.
So you said it was 18 points of damage to me?
Yes.
Is there any ledge that's about like 30 feet ish or less up that I can?
I
see?
would say that you could certainly try. Go ahead and make me an acrobatics check.
I
Well,
would
it's
like
more
to
a matter
attempt
of I want to
scream.
try and teleport up with my action surge.
I will allow that then. If you're expending your action surge, you may.
Yay!
I would like to attempt to scream in Goliath. Hello, I'm here. Don't freaking hit me. I'm back. I'm home.
Okay. Make the persuasion check. Everybody else who didn't do anything, which would be Astaroth, Arya, I need you guys to make me dexterity saving throws.
I
It was
would
an
like
8. I
to
failed.
be a giant eagle
Okay, Giant Eagle.
and try to get either Starry or Astroth.
I have to get your choice. 'Cause I forgot Star was over there. Star would have to make the save as well.
I'll get Astroth.
Okay. So Starry, make me a
Sorry.
dex save.
We believe in you, Starry.
Unless Starry,
I'm
you
allowed
have
to
something
get
you
to
want
run.
to do before you end up taking this damage.
Oh, that's bad. 21.
21.
21. Okay.
Yeah, I dodge out of the
Sorry.
way. Look
No, you don't.
heroic, have sex. Damn it.
What in the action? What the hell?
What in the Sam Diddley fuck? Okay. Starry,
but
you
that-
take
that-
33 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced to half, which would be 16.
Sure.
Not bad.
Alright.
Go away. 16 damage. Bound down to. Fuck off!
And then Arya got out of the way, Astros got out of the way, Zalin got out of the way, Valeth got the fuck out of the way, took a dog with her.
These are boulders?
Giant fuck off boulders, yeah.
Okay.
But you managed to get out of the way of most of them. And as the last of them finally come through, Illiken, what was that persuasion check?
An 8.
An 8.
I
Okay.
know I fucked it up.
A little bit.
Can I help
So,
with that?
what?
Can I help?
No, you didn't say
In some
anything. You can also, you were gonna wild shape right now, weren't you?
Well, I don't need to. I already got hit, so there's
That's
no-
true, yes.
Yeah, like
In this instance, though, you do see there are other giants that are there, that are, like, readying other ranged weapons, and, like, some in the back for bigger weapons, just in case you get closer. They see you, and they begin firing
Yeah,
upon
I
you.
can speak giant. Why did I forget that?
I thought you were speaking giant. They still ignored you.
Because Goliath speak giant. I forgot. Duh. I'm speaking Goliath. That's not a thing.
can I just have my hands up and just be like, hey, we're not here to hurt you. We're here to help. Common.
Okay. Go and make a persuasion check with disadvantage. Because it's in common. But that's also going to be... Because the first failed persuasion check, that's not good. That's a 18, and the other's a miss against Illiken. And then against
Right,
you...
we're giants.
Illiken, does an 18 hit?
It just hits.
You take 8 points of piercing damage from a crossbow
Yeah.
bolt that strikes into your shoulder. Does a... That's a 22 and a 19. Do those hit, Goran?
Mm-hmm.
You'll end up taking... that's terrible. 12 points of damage from the 2 hits.
That's fine.
And then what was your roll for the persuasion check?
10.
10. They are still unfazed. You see them loading their crossbows.
I mean, that was better than what I did. And I was in giant. Mine was in giant. It didn't work.
Everybody else behind them, while all of that's happening and you see it all happening, what are you all doing?
Yeah, what are y'all doing?
Not a whole lot I can
Tell
do.
everyone to stop
Just-
fucking
Unless you want
with
me to start
boulders.
opening fire.
Let's not fuck with boulders, please.
These are stone giants, right?
Yes, the ones that have been firing on you are they are stone giants, yes.
Can we go somewhere else
Okay.
around? People, please.
How? Like, this is the only place that we can go and find them.
Well, these are stone giants, not Goliaths. So, why
Can
are
I
we
see an-
entering through
oh,
here?
sorry.
They're part of the Goliath
Goliaths?
tribe.
My Goliath tribe, I'm pretty sure
Yes,
we
okay.
agreed that it is stone giant based, like descended from stone giants.
Your tribe has stone giant. It's not stone giant based. It has there are stone giants. There are Goliaths. There are dwarves. You have rock gnomes, deep gnomes. You have some dwarves in there. There's a
You've got
melting
all the
pot of
rock
culture.
peeps.
But it is
We're a good mix of rocks.
it is a yeah. It's a bunch of rocks is what it is. That's the best way to put that. And you do
Is
see
the top
other.
song for the past 35 years, I Wanna Rock.
Fuck off.
Do I see anyone that looks important?
Make a perception check.
Again, there is no such thing as nobles. Only whoever the heck is in charge, because they're the strongest. So, good luck finding the
Too
strongest.
big.
It's a little hard to tell. Everybody's strong.
Arya doesn't
I'm
know
not
that
the
anyways.
weakest. Like, obviously, I'm not the weakest out of my tribe. That would suck. The weakest die.
Alright, what's that perception check?
Okay, so the bird says it has advantage on wisdom perception checks
Yep.
that rely on sight.
Mhm.
So,
And you'll either, because it's wild shape, you'll use either the bird's perception or your perception, whichever is higher. But you still get advantage regardless.
So what does this bird see?
Burb.
28.
Well, with
Jesus
a
Christ.
bird's eye view and the capability of seeing above the wall, you notice that there are a number of people in this. This is like a small complex of people. You have a lot of like makeshift tents that have like been made out of like leathers and other like strange beast-like creatures that would have existed. You also see there are a number of people that are like staying back and behind, like utilizing things like looking glasses, viewing points that had spotted you and were watching you come up the cliffside. Additionally, as far as like anything that looks like a ruler, you do not gather that there is any kind of rulership in this at all. Like, it's not a ruler is not something you see. You see a lot of very strong figures, and everything in here looks like it could tear you in half with, little effort. But that's because they all look bulky and strong.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna.
Panic.
Yeah, that too. I'm gonna put Astroth, like, behind the, like, arrow people, and then I'm gonna, like, unshapeshift.
Okay, so you're gonna
then
fly
I'm
into the you're gonna fly into the complex.
Yes, and then I'm not gonna have my weapons drawn. I'm gonna, like, have my frickin' hands up.
Okay.
Get a white flag.
So you've already used your action to perceive, so you'll complete this on the next turn, but you can absolutely get up and closer to this complex for this turn. Sound good? What's the movement speed of a giant eagle? 60?
80 feet.
Yes.
80 feet flying? Yeah. So you would get right above the complex, or right above the entryway to the complex. That's you. Goran.
Have the rocks stopped
No,
yet?
so not Goran. They're going down the hill, but they haven't. They have stopped coming. It was just the first initial rocks, and then weapons were drawn. Valeth and Zalin and Starry, are you guys doing anything?
Well, if the rocks stopped, I guess I could climb back down.
Easy enough.
I'm just kind of flying around, not sure what to do.
Yeah. Okay. You see the bird is making its way over towards the above the front entrance, with Astaroth in tow.
Oh, good, we're doing crazy shit.
So, Illigan, these are the right people?
Well, last I knew, it was only one tribe, so
Nice.
I mean, this has to be my people. Unless magically we wound up on an alternate reality where this isn't my people.
There are multiple tribes. Yours is just the most dominant.
We
Yeah.
can try to peacefully make our way in and see if we can find a discussion with one of the higher political powers.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not
No.
what we're
Currently
asking.
being
What I'm
shot.
what I'm asking for, Starry, is what would you like to do in this instance? Crossbows are drawn at those
Oh.
who are close enough to the gate for the crossbows to be shot at them. In addition, you have people with heavy weapons that are holding them, waiting for the bomb, aka Astaroth, to drop.
I would like to tell everyone what I just told everyone.
Okay.
Actually, can
Make our way
Astaroth
peacefully
come to
and
me?
talk to people.
Peaceful is not an option, you see, and Caroline yells that peaceful is not an option yet.
Can Astaroth come to me?
Yet. That's my point.
Astaroth is being carried by.
Arya.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So,
Unless-
unless Warrior drops Astaroth, then no.
Starry, what were you gonna say?
Maybe chat up with the guards.
No. You yell at
Understand.
Illiken and Astaroth, or you yell at Illiken and Goran to yell at the guards some more. Good to know.
I would like to do as well. Can
Nice.
I? Am I
That's-
close enough that they would probably hear me?
I mean, close enough they would hear you, yeah. Close enough they would respect you, probably not. Like, you're like 70 now because you ran backwards, you're like 80, 90 feet away.
Can I just walk up by myself? You're as far as I'm sure that they want you to stay. It's not often that a Goliath isn't at a tribe. Like,
Right.
I don't remember ever seeing another Goliath except maybe once.
You've seen... Oh, you mean like, oh, not in your tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Like, while we were out doing our thing.
And Kylen-Jaal, you were the only one.
Yeah.
In the Arctic Waste, it was a different story, but in Kylen-Jaal, yeah, you were the only one.
Because it's extremely rare for a Goliath to be away from their tribe.
At which point,
Did she ever meet the rock?
he's not a Goliath.
He's a Ganassi.
Genasi. Anyways, as you begin to get closer, you see their like weapons ready to fire on you before turning up towards the sky at those that are flying down into the camp. It's gonna be one against Astaroth, the other against Arya. So Astaroth, that is fucking natural 2. It misses. Arya, that's a 27 to hit.
Yeah, bud, that hits.
Okay. You'll take 9 points of piercing damage from a crossbow bolt that fires into your arm. You see that before she can, like, ready herself to load another shot, the giant that's there drops her weapon and pulls out a, what looks like a larger, like, kind of like a greatsword that she, like, strikes upward and angles it in your direction, Illiken.
On Illiken?
On Illiken. She does not attack you any
Do
further, but she
I
draws the weapon.
perceive this as a challenge to fight.
Make an insight check.
Because we have a really weird way of doing things here. 18.
18. So, you gather that her intuition in this instance is not to challenge you for your strength, it is protecting the colony.
Okay.
She doesn't recognize you, but she recognizes at this point forward that you are in fact a Goliath, that you are not undead, and she's hesitating in this instance.
I will choose to put my shield and my hammer down. Slowly.
Okay. She looks a little
I choose to disarm myself.
Yeah, she looks confused. Make me a... I would say this is a persuasion check, because you're not trying to be challenging. I will let you use wisdom for this persuasion check instead of charisma.
Wow.
She is going to make an insight check against you.
Well, dang it, I already rolled the persuasion.
Subtract your charisma modifier, add your wisdom modifier.
Okay. So that would be 22.
22. She's getting the idea and understanding that you're not trying to be hostile in this moment. Then she looks up and turns toward the airdropped Astaroth and Arya. Arya, you are unwild shaping, you said?
Yes.
Okay. You see that those that are there, some Goliaths and dwarves and people who have picked up weapons and are readying to fight, as you've just airdropped yourself into their fucking colony by the gate, have their weapons ready and begin to charge at you, even with your hands up. And you hear the woman that's outside shout. You don't know what she says, but those of you who speak giant hear her shout, "Wait, not yet." At which point some of them stop their charge and look out towards her and just ready their weapons in your general direction, holding you captive almost.
Makes sense.
She turns to you, Illiken, weapon still drawn. And in giant says, "Who are you?"
I introduced myself.
Saying,
My name is Illiken Thuliaga, known also War Painter.
the one who left.
Yes.
Why you bring outsiders here?
Because
is
there
your
is a
purpose?
war and we need your help. It also will involve you anyways, regardless of if you say yes or no.
Your
But-
war is nothing compared to ours, compared to what we have dealt with. You know not of our struggles, word painter. You
have
left for your
tasted-
own path.
I have tasted what has been happening. And I am concerned, and I am offering to also help with this. Because I am still Goliath, I am still of this tribe. You are still family. And I always help family. These are my new family.
The outsiders
I apologize
stay.
for their...
outside. You come.
Yes.
Speak to your mother. And she throws the sword to her side. At which point she yells out at the others to usher everyone else out, unless you want to try to persuade them to stop.
I'm just gonna tell Arya, you probably shouldn't have gone in there in the first place. They want you out, so just make your way out of the village, of the
Wall.
Camp.
I turn back and go out and take Ashroth with me.
Yeah, easy
You're
enough.
just dragging her behind you.
At which point, you see, like, they're talking in giant back and forth, and some of the conversations happening is, it's one of the other Goliaths that's there will ask, Are they allowed? No, they're not allowed. Will they harm us? They should
No.
not, and if they do, kill them. For all we care, they can stay out in this hell with all of the dead.
I'm just gonna take a quick glance back at the entire group and just give them a little glare of disapproval.
Yeah, they don't know how to. Okay. At which point, some of the stronger among them begin to put their weapons away and go and retrieve some of the boulders that they threw at you. Passing many of you on their way down, but not, like, hand on a weapon as they walk past you. They do not trust you. They do not know who you are. But there's a sizable party coming down to take back what they threw at you. And as that all happens, and as you make your way into the complex a little deeper, Illikin, you see a somewhat familiar figure who is in the midst of sharpening a large great axe with a whetstone in hand, which, honestly, the stone itself is about the size of your own head. But as she continues to sharpen it out, the female Goliath figure looks up in your direction, and where there once was a fairly normal, if not roughed up face, there is now a beaten, scarred, like a large scar coming across her eye on the left side, not covered. You see a kind of infectious wound on her arm, as looking around, many of the people in this camp are hurt in some way. Some of them are dealing with necrosis in some of their limbs as well.
Got
But
my
as
work
she
cut out for me.
as she looks at you, she puts the stone down, takes her axe, and stands up, holding it across her shoulder. She towers over you by about a foot, as she usually has. And that's where we'll pick up next week. With you trying to figure out what the fuck happened.
I leave, and I come back, and everything's gone to hell. Shit.
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, it
I
wouldn't be the
tried
first
really
time that
hard.
happens
My
that
dad
one.
was turned into an undead. I'm gonna be pissed if you do that to me.
If you're what? Did what?
My dad turns out undead.
You'll see.
Mm. I have siblings. I don't know how many siblings I have. I just know that when I left,
They were
had
alive.
a decent-sized family. I left of my own choice. My mom was like, okay, if...
Your mother was never okay with you leaving, but she knew never to stop you.
Yeah.
Everyone makes their own choices. That's kind of the whole issue of it. Just don't do something that's going to harm the tribe. In
But
any
at least I
case,
come back with a lot of knowledge and medical abilities that apparently is going to be extremely helpful when we come back to this.
well, at least until then, I wanted to thank everybody who did hang out with us for hanging out with us. We appreciate you sticking it out for this long.
Sticking
to
it out.
continue, yes, sticking it out.
Penis.
Yeah, lots of penis.
Love them.
I do
You
a
going?
little sticking it in, you know.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Shut up, Weezer.
In any case, thanks for hanging out with us, and we hope to see you again next week. And I hope
Yes.
everybody's here next week, because I love it when everybody's here. Penis, penis, penis.
ya.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Jesus Christ.
No.
god. Oh my god, I literally started crying